Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the E38 podcast. Tonight, I got myself Hector, also known as CN6, and with me, I got Hav.
Yo.
And we're going to be reviewing the third episode of Secret Invasion. Yeah, I haven't done this in a while, man. I'm out here stuttering it like a bitch. Hey, man, we're gonna keep it rolling, man. But before we get into it, guys, I just got a few announcements. Cause it's been a while. It's been a while since the world's been this nervous.
It's dumb as hell.
So we like to remind you guys you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, Google, and SoundCloud and YouTube. Make sure you follow our socials at HeRayVision Podcast or go to HeRayVisionPodcast.com. You'll see all of our links through there. Also, you make sure you follow our second YouTube channel called HeRayVision Clips. That's where we'll upload all of our clips, or if you don't have enough time to listen to the whole podcast, we'll post all the highlights there. Also, make sure you follow our main page called HeRayVision to stay up to date with any geek news and films, TV, and video games, and just, a bunch of content in that nature. Follow our socials at HeRayVision or go to HeRayVision.com. You're going to see everything through there. All the links will be in the description. And also, we're just going to get straight into the spoilers. I just want to do the spoiler review
Of Secret Invasion?
Yeah, of this episode. So
Okay.
spoilers, guys. And not only that, stay at the very end because I am going to be reading questions and comments and everything like that. So stay at the very end, and we have something pretty cool, something special at the end, right? But yeah, so stay at the end, guys, where we answer your questions and everything. But okay, yeah, let's get right into it, man. Episode 3 of Secret Invasion.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I thought this was like decent. It was okay.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
I agree.
It's still a setting up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Still setting up, and we're already it's already halfway.
Yeah, we're in the halfway point.
It's already halfway, man. So I'm curious to see what it like. I don't know, man. I want to be like blown away a little bit. Like,
No,
okay,
I know what
like,
you mean. I know what you mean. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but yeah, in the very beginning, okay. So we finally find out like the true intentions with the Skrulls.
Yes.
With Gravik, right? They're like in this little hideout, you know what I mean? And actually, should I get into this really quick? Actually, hold on, guys. Let's put a pin in that. I completely forgot about something. Some of you guys left comments on our past episode
Oh.
of the Secret Invasion, and some of you guys were kind of like not criticizing, but like, what the hell, man? How you forget about? So hold on, guys. I completely forgot. Hold on. So Tristan, yeah. Okay, so let's put a pin in that, guys. I just want to acknowledge the comments from the last episode. So we got one here from Tristan. He says, "How do y'all not know that Gaia is Talos's daughter? She's the same little girl in Miss Marvel." Respectfully.
He said respectfully?
Yeah. I had no idea. I'm like,
bro,
wait, you're right, huh?
That is, I had a feeling. I was like, are they related? And then this episode when they're like, oh, it's my daughter.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, but like I don't know
I
why I didn't catch that in the last episode.
I guess I just missed it. I guess the dialogue or whatever just kind of went over. I do remember.
But for Miss Marvel?
Yeah, so I heard that when Emilia Clarke was hired to be in a Secret Invasion, I guess they were doing press, like interviews before the show came out.
Okay.
And I think it was Samuel Jackson who said that the character who Emilia Clarke will be playing will be a returning character from Captain Marvel. So everyone was wondering, like, well, who does she play? Like, because who did we see from Captain Marvel that she could play? Because obviously Emilia Clarke wasn't even in Captain Marvel. So it had to have been someone who was young, who grew up, and then we found out that she plays Gaia. But for whatever reason, watching these first 2 episodes of Secret Invasion, I never remembered. Because I'm gonna be real, bro. I only saw Captain Marvel once.
But
so like I
he says for Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel?
Yeah, he says she's the same little girl in Miss Marvel.
No, I think he meant to say Captain Marvel, bro.
Oh.
Because Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Captain Marvel's the only MCU thing.
Respectfully, Tristan, you're wrong.
Shout Respectfully.
Yeah.
But Captain Marvel is the only other MCU project that dealt with the Skrulls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I
It's
don't.
been a minute.
I don't
since I've seen
count Far From Home because that was a post-credit scene when you find out
yes,
that Maria Hill
right.
and Sam, Nick Fury were Skrulls. I don't really count that though. But like where like the Skrull played a major part in the plot, it was Captain Marvel. Miss Marvel like didn't even deal with Skrulls or nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Like, okay, so yeah, I just wanted. We got a couple one here. This is from Entov at Entov. Yeah, I don't think this is. Yeah, I know who you are, bro. You know who I am and stuff. It's just I don't know his real name.
Yeah.
It's just by YouTube Entov at Entov. He says, "You guys forgot the part where Gravik met up the world leaders, which actually turned out to be Skrulls."
Yeah.
And like we forgot to mention that in the pod. And I wanted to. I'm like, oh, dude, we find out the fucking world leaders are Skrulls.
Yeah, bro, that shit was fucking.
Like, imagine in real life right now, bro.
Fuck.
Like, we don't even know what the fuck's going on.
One thing's for sure, bro, is that
They've been here since 1990. What do you say?
Five,
Five?
I think said, yeah, 1995.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, that's He also says, okay, this is from Tristan again. And Gravik literally killed Maria Hill because she was like daughter to Nick Fury, so it's an important death to his character and his development. That's what he responds with.
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
And then I respond with, that's very true. I guess in Hav's defense, the death meant a lot for Nick Fury, yes, but to us as an audience, not as much.
That's what. Yeah, I still stand by that, low key, man.
And he responded with, I had to pop in and say something. I usually watch you guys. I usually watch y'all podcasts on Apple Podcasts. Hey, man, so shout out, man.
That's cool.
He said, man, I got to correct these motherfuckers. I got to hop on YouTube and comment.
And then you know what he does, bro? He has on his settings, on his keyboard settings, he has a shortcut. So he just types the letter R and autocorrects already respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully. But you know what I think about it? I feel like, wouldn't it be cool if like Apple Podcasts and Spotify, like they had like a comment section for each episode?
If what?
Like Spotify and Apple Podcasts had like a comment section.
Oh, so that people could comment on.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I mean that would be pretty cool.
Because usually when I say, "Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, guys," comment down below. I mean it like for YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, guys. If you guys are listening to any other platform, you guys want to say something, just comment on YouTube. We'll see it. And we'll
if you guys can't comment, do what the other guys have been doing and just DM us.
Oh yes.
So if you guys can't, like, if you guys are using a platform that doesn't support a comment section, you can always just DM the HRV podcast Instagram
account. Yeah,
and we usually respond there.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, respectfully, bro. Respectfully, Trish. That should be a T-shirt or some shit. Respectfully. Okay, so another one is from Entov. He says, "Man, fuck Rhodey." He says, "Man, fuck Rhodey." Second episode was 9 out of 10. Also, Gaia is Talos' daughter. I'm not sure if you guys realized, but she actually set him up when they had the meetup. Nick Fury gonna be on some Jason Statham shit.
Wait, what?
Wait, he says, I'm not sure if you guys realized, but she actually set him up when they had the meetup. So Gaia set him up when they had the meetup?
Set Talos up or Nick Fury?
It just says also Gaia is Talos' daughter. I'm not sure if you guys realized, but she actually set him up when they had the meetup. Then he put ... Nick Fury go be on some Jason Statham shit.
Like, I don't know what he mean. Like transporter? Like, what does he talk? Crank.
I think like also like fighting shit. Like,
dude, I could never see just
also fighting shit, bro.
Just him moving around fighting a megalodon. He's like,
he put it. Only Jason Statham could get away with that, man. He stopped the megalodon with his leg.
In the
Hold
trailer.
it there. Remember that?
Hold it right there.
No, buddy. Like, come on, bro.
It's funny.
The power. Hey, man. Not even Dom could do that. Man. Actually, maybe, man. But yeah, that shit was funny to me. But he said, "Man, fuck Rhodey." But anyways, this is what he says. Also, the beings on the computer. Oh yeah, he lists this off. The beings on the computer where like, you know, the DNA. Remember when we were listing that off?
Mm-hmm.
He says it's Groot DNA, Cull Obsidian from when his arm got cut in Infinity War.
Yeah. Okay.
Extremis from Iron Man 3, the fire people.
Oh yeah.
And the Frost being from Thor, the Dark World post credit scene.
Thor the only MCU movie I've never seen.
You haven't seen it?
I've never seen The Dark World.
Listen, I've seen all the MCUs, but like I don't remember them, like, because it's been years ago. But like the fact that you've never seen it,
no, because I heard people say it was just so like no. I skipped out on Thor 2.
Well, we be getting into it then. But yeah, I guess a Frost being all right, man. Shout out to you. Yeah, okay. I think that's Yeah, that's all the comments, guys. Once again, if you guys have comments, go to YouTube or like what Hav said, DM us on our socials, and we'll definitely read them. But yeah, let's get back into it. So in the beginning, Gravik and his goons, they're in a hideout. We find out that they want to eradicate the human race.
Yeah, bro.
That shit's crazy as fuck.
That is fucking crazy. And
me personally, I wouldn't let that slide.
How you gonna stop him?
What you mean?
What you mean? How you gonna stop him?
I just wouldn't let that slide. I just wouldn't let that slide.
So like, what's your plan to stop him?
Just like hold my hand up in front of him. Listen, like, nah, chill.
Chill, respectfully.
Respectfully, you ain't gonna do me like that. You ain't gonna do me. Hey, Hav, I ain't going out like a bitch. Bro. I ain't going out like a bitch, motherfucker.
Have me fight fight Galactus. Or
for real, if y'all gonna kill the whole human race, I better be the last one. I better be the last one you kill, motherfucker. You ain't gonna do me like that. I ain't no bitch. No, it is funny as shit. But
oh my God.
But yeah, that's what we find out, right? We find out these guys.
Dude, I felt like the beginning of this episode was like really good. When like Gravik was explaining his plan, and I was like, oh shit, like we're in the shit now. And then like you said, like we were talking about it before the podcast, like the rest of the episode just kind of felt like not slow, but like still kind of felt like it was
still setting up.
But that first like 5 minutes before the title card, I thought was cool. You know that meme from the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? It's the meme where Leonardo DiCaprio's like when he points at the TV and he's like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? That was me when he said it. He's like, scrolls with superpowers, super scrolls.
Oh yeah,
I was like,
that shit was hard.
Shit.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
But here's the thing, right?
Super scrolls.
Here's the thing. So the reason why that was such a thing to me, where I was like, oh shit, he said it, right? It's because and some of the so our audience, the majority of them, I would say, already know this because you and Mario have reviewed all the past gaming events that we had last month. So Summer Game Fest, the PlayStation event, and all that.
Right.
And I was absent in those podcasts, but you guys brought me up a lot, and you guys brought up the fact that, and it's facts, that I am a huge fan of fighting games.
Yep.
So like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, like games like Tekken, I'm a huge fan of fighting games. And one of my most like cherished fighting game franchises is a franchise called Marvel vs. Capcom. Which is a crossover fighting game that crosses Marvel comic characters with Capcom characters, so like Mega Man, Street Fighter, Phoenix Wright, and all those people. And in the third Marvel vs. Capcom game, there was a character who, when I was little, because this game came out like in 2010 or 2011 or something. When I was young, I didn't know who he was, but I would be playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on the, I think it was on the PS3, bro. Yeah. And there was a character on the Marvel side that you could play as, and his name was Super Skrull. And I was like, who's this guy? And I was like, I've never heard of it, but he's on the Marvel side, and I knew all the Marvel characters,
right?
Except that one guy. I'm
he was like Super Skrull.
I'm like, who is this guy? Like, he looks like a elf or something. Like, what the fuck?
But
then I was like, let me try him out. And as I'm playing as him, the Super Skrull, like his fighting moves were cool and all that shit. But I realized that he was shape-shifting his arms and legs and shit, and he was using the Fantastic Four's characters.
Oh shit.
So like his hand would light up into flames like the Human Torch. He could stretch his arms like Mr. Fantastic. He could make his whole arm into a rock arm like the thing and shit. He could do like invisible force fields and shit like Invisible Woman. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is cool and all, but I would have liked to have actually played as the Fantastic Four in this game.
But
they
weren't in it?
No, just him and Dr. Doom. They were the only Fantastic Four characters in the game. But I was like, okay, cool, Super Skrull. And it wasn't until I got older that I found out, Skrulls are an alien race in the Marvel universe who shapeshift. So when he said Super Skrull, it low-key brought me back to 2011.
Oh shit,
because it makes sense because he said that we would give Skrulls superpowers. Yeah. Like the Avengers. And it made sense. It clicked because I was like, bruh, Super Skrull from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, that motherfucker had Fantastic Four powers. Yeah. So, like, it made sense why there are Skrulls and then there are Super Skrulls, like that one guy. And I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, bro, but I think in the comics, I could be wrong. I think there's really... This is where, like, Secret Invasion, I feel like, is taking a little bit of a deviation from the comics. Is that I think, I could be wrong, that there's Skrulls. the alien
Comment
race.
down below, respectfully.
Yeah, let us know. But like the Skrulls are an alien race who can shapeshift and shit like that. But there's one Skrull that they call Super Skrull. I think it's one guy, not an army of them. I think, and that's why Super Skrull was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 because he's because it's like there's Skrulls and then there's the Super Skrull who has the superpowers. Like, and he's like a main villain to the Fantastic Four and shit like that, and the Avengers.
Do you think like maybe his ability? Because like I said, unfortunately, like I haven't read the Secret Invasion
comics
storyline, but Danny has. Dang, we should have asked Danny. But yeah, so I haven't read the storyline. So I guess I'm assuming that Super Skrull, he probably has the ability to, obtain multiple, powers or something. But then again, didn't Danny say that the Skrulls would shapeshift into the Avengers and just take their powers like that?
I think there has to be. I think what they're doing. I don't know. I'm gonna go on a guess, bro, and say that maybe in the comics there was a certain process that you had to do in order to get their powers. Because you can shapeshift to look like someone, but like just because you shapeshift as them, now you can move around like Spider-Man. Like I think you would need something to like able to get their powers as well. Which, if you notice, is what the show is doing. Is how they want to like create that thing to make Super Skrulls, and like we can't just shapeshift as Captain America.
What's after Secret Invasion? Like, what's the next Marvel?
Next Marvel project? Yeah. The next Marvel project, bro. So
we know.
I think it's in November.
Was it the Marvels?
The Marvels, but no, that's in November, and I think October. I could. Is it October? September, October, somewhere around there. We're getting Loki season 2.
Oh, okay.
And we're getting Echo.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
But the weird thing about Echo is that they said that they were going to release all the episodes in one day. Like they're not going to do like the week to week shit.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Why? And there were apparently there were apparently rumors that apparently like the production like while filming and shit like that wasn't going too well. There were a lot of people saying that like that it wasn't doing well or whatever the fuck. So I don't know how that show's going to turn out, bro. I hope it's good because I heard Daredevil and Kingpin are finna make appearances. Yeah, and shit like that. So, but yeah, when I heard those rumors, I'm like, I wonder what's going on. And then they announced Echo will be coming out on the same month as Loki, but we're gonna release all the episodes on one day.
Oh,
like how Netflix releases their shows.
Do you think? Yeah, probably because like it probably wouldn't be worth they probably don't think it's worth the wait.
That's kind of how I thought about it. I was like,
oh shit,
you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think that's the next one after.
Well, I'm just asking because with Secret Invasion, it seems like it could be a big deal. Like you don't know who like the storyline, right? You don't know who the fuck is going on. There's fucking Super Skrulls that maybe can imitate your powers and shit. Like, I don't know. I wonder how it's gonna like end. Like, is it gonna end in a way where the heroes lose? Or is it going to end in a way where, okay, the Skrulls are stopped and it's kind of like, well, we kind of wasted this. This could have been something a little bit bigger that could have involved more characters.
If I had to take a guess, bro, I think this show is going to end like episode 6. It's going to end with Gravik being defeated or killed. Realistically, he might get killed. And I think all the Skrulls will then, because you remember in this episode, even in this episode, like when Talos meets up with Gravik in that meeting, and he starts talking with other Skrull people, how they all say like, we once followed you as a leader and not anymore. Like people kept saying, because it's true, Talos was the leader of the Skrulls in Captain Marvel, and now no one fucks with him no more.
Yeah.
So my assumption, like my theory is that it's gonna end with Gravik either losing or dying. Realistically, he's gonna die because MCU always killed off their villains, their actors.
Yeah.
So they're probably gonna kill him off. Talos will regain leadership back from the Skrulls, and they're gonna do a thing where they're like, "Oh, you know what, y'all? We found a planet, so we don't got to be on Earth no more. Now we can leave." And there's gonna be like a post-credit scene in that last episode where like, "Oh no, but like a few Skrulls stayed back," type shit.
Oh yeah, I
feel like, and then like it's gonna be one of those things where like, okay, those few Skrulls that still stayed back, we're gonna see them in like. Yeah. Either Secret Wars or King Dynasty or some other shit in the future. Maybe Captain Marvel. Who knows? Something like that.
Yeah, we just got to see. I mean, so far I'm liking it. So far nothing's. I really like the first episode and everything. Even the second episode.
I think the second episode, so thus far, has been my favorites so far.
Yeah.
Even including the third one. And I feel like this show is really. really relying heavily on like that super top secret spy espionage kind of vibe to it, and I feel like that's why the show feels like it's going slow, because those sort of like spy espionage movies kind of have like the slow burn, where it's like a lot of them walking around and meeting up with people, and it's like, you know, having private conversations in behind closed doors and shit like that. It's very much like, it feels like I'm watching like a spy movie, like I'm watching James Bond from the 1960s or some bullshit like,
or like Criminal Minds. Have you seen Criminal Minds?
something like that. Yeah,
Like,
some shit like that, bro. I feel like that's what it feels like.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like that. Criminal Minds, I like Criminal Minds, by the way. But yeah, so that's okay. We covered their goals and what they want to do, and then because then they end up talking about like the Royal Navy officers, right, infiltrating the naval base and get a submarine and everything.
Yeah.
So that they end up talking about that, but then we get like a flashback with Nick Fury in a diner, right, and meeting up with what was her name, Vara, which is his wife, and now that answered our question for the last one. Okay, he knows, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, because you were like, "Hey, what if she doesn't know?"
Bro, because like, why did they do? I think no, they did that on purpose.
Like to make us theorize and shit.
Yeah, I think they did that on purpose,
Probably.
bro. They hella did it on
But
purpose.
I was like, realistically though, if they've been married all this time, like,
Yeah,
you
but
don't
like,
think she would ever confess?
yeah, but realistically, why she had to change? How come she was cutting a banana or whatever the fuck she was cutting, and there's a scroll, and there's the moment he walks in, she just goes back to normal. It's kind of like,
yeah.
But then again, do you think? Remember how their whole line is like, "What do you want? To be home in my own skin," or some shit? Like their line.
Yeah.
What if in the future, like, they end up breaking up because like she can't necessarily be herself because Nick Fury wouldn't dig that. You know what I mean? Because like,
green bitches.
because like, yeah, like, don't you remember like in the diner scene, he was like, "Oh, who are like, dang, you look good." He's like, "Who'd you clone or whatever the fuck?" And then she's like, "It don't matter," and like all that stuff. Remember that?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Well, we just got to see. But yeah, that's what we pretty much get right there.
I liked the dialogue that took place in that scene, bro. I don't know if that's sorry. I don't know if that was what you were gonna mention next.
What the dialogue with
The dialogue between Nick Fury and his wife when they were together. You remember
in the diner, or like in the morning?
No, in the morning when they were.
Oh
there.
yeah, I was about to get into. Yeah,
okay,
yeah, go ahead.
I didn't know if you were gonna like go to the next thing. I was like, wait, but I want to. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, that was the next thing. But you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I really like the dialogue, bro, and I just really like the fact, bro, that I think personally, bro, one of my favorite moments of Phase 4 and like what I hope Phase 5 aims to do is that, because like we've reached a point where like we're now what I want to say 15. Holy shit, we're 15 years into the MCU, bro.
15?
15, bro.
God damn.
Yeah. So we're 15 years in,
God
bro.
damn.
And in these 15 years, we've met so many characters that are
Yeah.
still alive, that are still around, and they were all affected by the blip when Thanos snapped people away.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite things that I liked about Season 4, and that now I'm seeing Phase 4, that I'm seeing Phase 5 do, is watching how people reacted when the blip happened, and how they reacted when people came back and shit. I feel like that was one of my favorite moments of Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, like when he was at the wedding, and then his doctor friend came in, and he was like, "So I got blipped for 5 years. My cat died. My mom died, and blah blah blah." Like, I liked seeing how did all these characters get affected by the blip. You know, obviously No Way Home kind of dealt with Far From Home kind of dealt with that, but it wasn't. I didn't feel like they did it too well. I know there were some other movies and stuff that I think that delve into that, but I just like seeing how something monumental, like people being snapped away for 5 years and then coming back out of nowhere, how that affected the people around them and the people themselves who disappeared. Like in the first episode of Secret Invasion, we see that scene where like Nick Fury goes to his room and he's just reminiscing to the moment he got snapped in Infinity War in that post-credit scene. And like, I don't know if there's like some PTSD thing going on with him. We don't really know for sure what's going on with him internally, but based on like context clues and little breadcrumbs that the show's leaving us, we know that him being blipped away for 5 years and then abruptly coming back somehow did something to him that made him want to go to space and start Saber. You know, like that's what I'm getting from. is he fearful?
Mm-hmm.
Is he scared that he thought that era bien chingón, like he was such like a big badass who like nothing, no one can touch. I'm Nick Fury, even when I'm out, I'm in.
Then when he
type
finally
shit.
got touched.
But then when he finally got touched, like, does he feel scared now? Does he not feel powerful?
You know-
Because even Maria Hill called him out and said, ever since you came back, you were not the same, and you went up and made Saber, and now you're back again, and you're still not the same Nick Fury I knew 5 years ago. And I'm like, what the fuck? So like, I just like watching these characters talk about how the blip affected them, and you get that in this scene because, you said her name's Vara, the Nick Fury's wife. She talks about how like she had to grieve the loss of Nick Fury when he got snapped away for 5 years. She talked about how she wept on his pillow every single night, this and that. Then you come back, and she said, like, I believe she said something like she felt better when he was back until he ended up deciding to leave, but this time
Again.
voluntarily. And there was this whole dialogue between the two of them where you kind of felt the tension. You're like, like,
Yeah.
you know, y'all going to coupling therapy? What the fuck? Like, what's going on?
No, yeah.
And I feel like on top of that, I feel like this show, bro, thrives at its most with its dialogue. There are a lot of scenes
Yes,
that share
that's true.
where like two characters are talking that I feel like the most engaged.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, the action scenes, while we haven't really seen a lot of it in these first 3 episodes, are cool. Like the whole like the parade thing in the first episode, Maria Hill getting shot. The scene where Nick Fury and Maria Hill are in the bar and she's like, ever since you came back, you weren't the same. I like that scene. When Nick Fury and Talos are talking in the subway, he's like, you mean to tell me there's millions of Skrulls in that whole scene was fun.
The roadie scene.
The roadie scene at the diner with Nick Fury was fire. When Gravik was talking to the world leaders and they were all Skrulls, that was fire. When Varro was talking to Nick Fury. So I realized that one of my theories that I had before the show came out was that I felt like the dialogue was going to slap. I felt like it was going to be very grounded, and it is grounded in the sense that I feel like the dialogue and some of the interactions with the characters are what's like are what's holding this show up.
Yeah.
So I just think that like I think these next 3 episodes we're going to see a lot more scenes of people together and shit. Like I really like the other scene also a little, if I could jump a little further.
Yeah.
Is when this shit was crazy to me, bro. I was
Which
like,
one?
I was literally like, God damn, he said that shit. Was when Talos was telling Nick Fury like everything that you've ever done in the last however many years.
Yes, right,
like,
dude.
You like was because of me. Like I helped out my Skrulls and all that shit. It's like you're a very smart and like you know
like those
sharp
terrorist attacks you stopped. It was because of us and all
Right.
that. Yeah, he was listening.
Well,
to all
he was
that.
just listening to all that shit.
dude.
And I was like, just that dialogue, bro. Like, just, dude, there are a bunch of scenes with dialogue between characters that are just fire.
And not only that, right? If we peel the layer back, right? It's that scene that we just mentioned is also taking jabs once again at Nick Fury, right? And that's what we've been seeing throughout this whole
That's facts,
through
bro.
through the whole show.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like giving it like kind of how we reacted, like what the fuck, like this guy's really saying this, whatever. It makes us think, even to ourselves, not only these characters, but even to the audience. Is this Nick Fury? Like is like this Nick Fury doesn't seem like the Nick Fury that we once knew, because sure he was like we knew him as a badass, stopping all these different things, but this dude just came out and said, like, the only reason why you went up these ranks and stuff and you stopped this and found out this is because of us. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like us where we are kind of skeptical, starting to feel skeptical with Nick Fury. He's like, dang, like Nick Fury didn't really do much then, or something like that.
Yeah, I could see
like
that.
questioning his like authority in a sense. And I think that's what's I've been noticing throughout this whole show is like Nick Fury is constantly being belittled.
Yeah.
And constantly being questioned and all these different things. And I'm wondering that by the end of it, he's going to like step up on some Jason Statham shit with who was it? N-Top said that?
I'm cranked now. It's like, okay.
I'm cranked. Let me punch a megalodon in the face. Right? But
RKO.
Yeah, RKO on megalodon. But yeah, maybe at the end he's going to come back, right, and like prove everyone wrong, and then he's gonna be like, you know, back to like, I guess the Nick Fury, the way that we saw him before, you know. But yeah, that's what I've been noticing too, bro. I'm like, dang, man, they doing my boy dirty, and he didn't even respond. Like he didn't even. He's like, man, it is what it. Me personally, I wouldn't let that slide. I would have thrown hands right there, bitch. What do you mean?
It's funny.
But yeah, okay. So yeah, okay. We're now with answer the question right. We're at the diner and everything. So then we get that scene with Talos. They end up meeting Talos and Gravik. They end up meeting in that museum.
Yeah.
And they start, talking and stuff. And Gaia's obviously, helping him out. She has like a burner phone. She's behind the scenes and everything.
Yeah.
And
She's
then
basically the traitor.
exactly, yes, exactly. And then they're at the museum like cafe. They're having their conversation and everything. And we get a scene where Gravik is kind of like pushing his buttons and stuff. Even bringing up his daughter and everything. And to me, where I was like, oh shit, like where I felt like the tension, like damn, like that ain't cool, man. I can't trust y'all. Is obviously when he grabs him by the neck, whatever. And then everyone around him that's supposedly normal
Civilians.
Civilians, they all stand up and they all transform as Gravik, which I don't know why they transformed as Gravik. It was kind of like, what the fuck? Why not just transform as like your scroll selves or whatever?
Because they can't expose themselves in public.
Yeah, but like, it still doesn't make sense, Hav, because like if someone walks in and they see 20 motherfuckers, like, if they see 20 motherfuckers the same person,
It's facts. I didn't think of that.
it's like, what the hell? It's like, you know what I mean? He's like, what? Like the waitress comes in, is like, there's 20 of y'all. You know what I mean?
Facts.
It's like it wouldn't matter if they were scrolls or not. It's like, just I don't know.
No, I get you, bro. I guess realistically, it wouldn't make sense. But I feel like it was just for like the show, like
No,
to make it look
yeah.
like I think it's symbolism. It's a symbolism in the sense that like Gravik is everywhere. Like
Yes, exactly,
everywhere,
yeah.
like type of
That's
shit.
true.
Like so when he looks around, and that's a cool shot because that's another thing, bro. It's like I'm getting kind of tired of
one shot.
It was one shot.
Remember that?
Yeah.
One shot. No, but yeah.
I was gonna say that one of the things, bro, is that that I can appreciate about the MCU is, well, one thing that I can say that I'm kind of getting sick of is just having like the same basic like back and forth shots between people.
Yeah.
Just like when it's like a medium shot of someone talking like between two people and it just cuts back and forth,
Right,
bro.
right.
That sometimes when I see just kind of like even the slightest unique camera work, I'm always I can be like, oh shit, like that was cool or something like that. So like that scene where he grabs Gravik by the collar and then all the people around him turn to Gravik, but it's all one shot and like he looks around, he's like, oh shit, like I'm outnumbered, blah, blah, blah. Like just that one camera shot, bro. I was just like,
I'm outnumbered. You, how would have been? I could take all of y'all. I could take all of y'all. One-handed.
Some like.
That's funny as fuck, bro.
But I'm like Deadpool where I break the fourth wall. I'll be like, hey, yo, cameraman, do this one shot.
You got that? All right, bet. You're ready to fight.
And then it's like, all right, now you can cut right here.
And then it goes to another perspective.
That's funny as fuck, bro. But yeah, okay. Oh shit! What the fuck? You hear that?
Yeah,
some
bro.
fireworks going
People
on.
throwing
Man.
fireworks still.
Still, man. What the fuck? It's July 9th. But yeah, and then obviously, because I just have like a quick summary right here and everything. Talos ends up, mentioning his daughter. Gravik ends up mentioning Talos' daughter, and he gets upset and everything. He ends up stabbing
His hand.
Yeah, bro. I was like, holy shit. And we see him actually pull it out.
Bro.
You saw that? I was like,
bro,
damn.
what is it with... Dude,
I'm like, this is Disney, right?
yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Dude, I just hope the MCU starts going this route. Like,
Yeah,
pushing
dude,
the
fuck
limits
yeah.
of PG-13, bro.
Right, dude.
Because that whole thing where, like, he just pulls his hand out of the knife, or, like, in the last episode when that bitch cuts off the dude's finger,
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
We got to see more of that.
Yeah, bro.
And then obviously we see some of his powers. Like, he ends up healing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. I was like, oh, shit, with the K. But, yeah, so then we get... What happens right after that? Don't we get into... doesn't Nick Fury end up meeting Talos at that bar?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
And they
because like didn't they have beef? Yeah, they had beef. Remember?
Because Nick Fury had found out that Talos lied, and that there was a fuck ton of Skrulls living on Earth and shit like that.
Yeah.
So in the bar, they reconciled, and they're like, "I can't do this without you. We got to stop this."
No,
Together.
but not Talos was like, but you got to say it.
Dude, he was,
Remember that?
He was really pushing it, bro.
He's like, you got to say it. Tell me you need me because you're useless without me.
I was low key, bro. I don't know about you, but low key, I was like, man, like Talos is dumb as hell. Like Nick Fury would ever say that, and then he said it.
I wasn't expecting that. I thought he was gonna walk out. I'm like, you know what, man, nah. He's gonna walk out, but no, he came back like really closely and shit.
I was like,
damn,
bro. And then it kind of ties back to how you said like how this is not the same Nick Fury that we knew, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this motherfucker getting belittled and all this bullshit.
Yeah, dude.
So that's crazy.
So yeah, so they end up, working things out and everything, and now they're in the car, and then that's when they had that conversation, right? Because obviously Talos was making fun of humans with their pet dogs and shit.
Can I be real?
Yeah.
I could have done without that dialogue where they were talking about dogs poop.
Well, it segued.
I understand,
It
but
segued into the conversation we had.
a part of me would have been like I feel like it just sounds too like childish. Like y'all couldn't just say shit. Like, can Marvel not let you slide? Like say shit or something. Can you imagine how much harder the lines would have been? It's like, I just don't understand. Like, what's the point of having a pet, having to pick up the dog's shit? And Nick Fury going like, I've had to pick up your shit for the last 30 years.
Yeah, I know.
So I feel like the lines would just kind of like flow better. Except they were like, I had to pick up your poop for the last 30.
Yeah,
the fuck is this Disney Junior, bitch? Like, what's the like?
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, bro. It's Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, man.
But instead of Mickey Mouse, it's Scrolls.
Scrolls, bro.
I don't know. I just feel like I didn't like that dialogue. I was like, man, like, what the fuck?
Like with PG-13, like, is there like a certain amount of like shits that you could say?
I think there's certain like amount of swear words that you can't like overdo, and then there are some swear words you straight up cannot say.
Like the F word, right?
I think. Well,
Like
the
fuck.
thing is, bro, is that you can say fuck, but like once. That's
Just
why.
once, right?
That's why there are some movies who use it wisely, like the Wolverine standalone movies with Hugh Jackman. They drop the F-bomb once per movie.
Yeah.
Even in Venom, when he's like, "Fuck this guy," and he bites
yeah,
the dude's head off.
yeah.
And then I forget in the first Venom movie, I forget what the F-bomb was in that one, but yeah, in PG-13 movies you're allowed one, but that's
Just
it.
one.
That's why people like to use it wisely.
But what about the shits?
I feel like, dude, it's because my thing, bro, is like I remember when I used to watch The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And Negan was introduced, like he would just be swearing all the damn time, like, "Hey man, shit this, like balls this."
Then again, it was like AMC.
Yeah, but like, and it was, I mean, I guess it was rated TVMA, but
Yeah.
like it wasn't like it was still televised. Like, well, I don't know, bro, because different television companies are different. Like AMC still restricted The Walking Dead from showing too graphic things, whereas if we ever got the Walking Dead, bro, on HBO Max, we would have seen comic accurate events happen. And trust me, bro, the comics are way more graphic and way more fucked up than the show did. So I don't know, man. It just depends on the television company. But like I just think back and I'm like, fucking, like Negan was saying shit all the time.
Right.
Like he would say the word shit all the time. So my thing is like, why doesn't the MCU just like let them like, yeah, man, fuck it. Like, you know what, man, fuck it. Type
You're
shit.
right.
I don't know. That's just me though.
Yeah, that would have definitely it would have flowed better. You're right. Mm-hmm. But okay, so now they're in that car because they're on their way. Weren't they on? They're
on their way to meet up with that one guy who was also a Skrull, who we found out is a Skrull.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker was like in part of the plan attack that they had where the submarine people were going to shoot the torpedo.
Yeah,
or no, shoot a missile up to a plane.
Up to the United Nations plane.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
Which would eventually cause like a serious issue, like war type shit.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So they were going to go meet the guy who was, I guess, behind the attack or was in charge of.
He was like the head naval command.
Yeah.
Like for the yeah.
So if he wanted to like call it off, he knew the secret like code word,
Exactly.
you know, type shit and all that.
And then we get that whole scene, you know, like
Them breaking in and.
Yeah, them breaking in, taking his little kid playing Xbox or GTA, whatever.
Yeah.
Because Talos, I don't know what the fuck happened to Talos. Talos was about to get killed, and they were it was like a standoff type shit. But yeah, so they end up. I forgot his name. That guy, like the head of command of the Navy SEAL with the
It's like
code.
Robert something.
I think you're right.
Robert something, because I remember Nick Fury being like, Bob. Oh, I know Bob. And he kept calling him Bob.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, that guy. I also like the scene where Talos tries giving water to the kid and he refuses it. And he's like, come on, it's going to calm your nerves.
Oh, yeah.
And then the kid's like, are you going to kill my dad? And then
he
Talos
says,
is like, ugh.
we just need him to do the right thing.
And like, it sucks, bro, because again, this ties back to the theme of like that this show is being a little more grounded. Is like it shows scenes like that. Like it's not the first time we've seen it, but when it does happen, you're just kind of like, oh, this is tough. Like, because we know low key Nick Fury and Talos are good guys, but to this kid's eyes, like it's viewed differently. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he doesn't know.
You're about to kill my dad.
Yeah, he doesn't know that his dad is fake.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he doesn't know.
So
what the
like,
fuck's
I'm
going
just
on.
it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, that's tough. Like,
And obviously, for whatever reason, like, what was his name again? Robert, you said, or Bob?
yes, yeah, Bob, yeah, Bob.
Bob, whatever fuck is it called? Let's call him Bob. Bob and Talos. Is it Talos? I mean, I say Talos, man. Fuck yeah, I'll give.
I thought it was Talos, and
I
then
thought it was Talos,
they
too.
kept saying Talos. So I'm
I feel like they alternated. I feel like I heard Talos and then Talos, and
yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna say Talos.
All right.
Right? Bob and Talos has like this beef.
Mm.
Bob is like, you a bitch. You ain't gonna do shit. Like type stuff.
Like, you were once our leader, and now you're
Right,
just
you're a
joke.
traitor.
But I don't think it's just him, bro. I think all the Skrulls view Talos this way, and that's why they're all siding with Gravik and
Gotcha.
causing this fucking nuclear World War III bullshit.
Even his
His own daughter.
Yeah, bro.
Because I can't remember, bro. I'm trying to think back. Doesn't his daughter blame him for the death of his wife, her mother?
I think
there was like a beef that had to do with the mom. If I remember, bro.
I think
'cause
so,
I'm trying
but
to
then
think back.
it wasn't until Talos came and said, "No, the people you're working for killed your mother."
And I think that's what ultimately convinced her to become the under the low key traitor.
Yeah.
And giving Talos all the different like pieces of information about like, hey, the attack is gonna happen with this, or this guy's involved with this. Like, I think that's what kind of maybe, because even she was starting to see skepticism.
Yeah.
That she started to like.
Do you? And not only that, like, remember how Nick Fury was like, wanted to shoot him, or like wanted to take care, like he's like, I'm gonna shoot you, man, like, or like he's like, man, no, it's funny, he's like, man, fuck this, and he shoots him in his leg, and he's like, I'm gonna aim higher or even lower, like pointing at his dick or whatever, and then Talos is like losing his shit. He's like, no, stop, give me the gun, and he loses his shit. He grabs the gun, he's like, no, I'll take care of this. Like he wanted to take care of it, like, personally, right? And I thought like he just was gonna get the truth out of it, but eventually Bob just got under his skin. And Talos was like, man, fuck this shit. Just boom, shoots
him right in the head, right? Or no,
in the chest, and he ends up killing him.
So you know how I took that, bro?
Yeah.
I took it I don't know about how you interpreted that
Mm-hmm.
scene. The way that I interpreted it was that Nick Fury was threatening to shoot Bob. And the reason Talos got in the way is because Talos, even though his race, his people abandoned him as a leader, he still cares about them. Like, he still sees them like, these are my people, and I need to protect them.
Yeah.
But this motherfucker kept getting under his skin and kept pushing his buttons and kept like saying bullshit to him, that he eventually just kind of like snapped and ended up killing one of his own.
Yeah.
When I saw him like get in the middle and like telling Nick Fury to like not kill him or whatever, that's how I interpreted it. Because like, even though like his people abandoned him, he still feels like an obligation that like, oh, the Skrulls are my people and this and that, and you know, because he was their original leader. That's how I took it.
No, yeah, you're right. I think, yeah, you're right. I think I definitely agree with that. But while that's happening, we get like a scene where they're in their submarine. They're already like ready. There's one guy that he's kind of like, are we sure about this?
Because this shit crazy.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck are we doing right now?
And that other motherfucker who's
he's
obviously
like,
a Skrull.
He's like, this is some so and so's order. So we got to, if you don't follow, we're gonna kick your ass out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of and that kind of sucks, man. If you really think about it, working for a government or whatever, and let's say it's something you don't agree with, but it's like, dang, I gotta do this.
But the fucked up thing is that for that guy, it hit harder. Because
Yeah.
he probably just went into the submarine, you know what I mean? He probably just went like, all right, I'm about to go on a mission with the Navy base, blah blah blah. And he's just going about his day, and he's just chilling on the computer, and the motherfucker next to him goes, hey man, we gotta execute project, blah blah blah. And him thinking it's gonna be a laid back, chill day, 50 feet underwater.
Yeah.
Now we finna blow up the ops. What you talking about? Like, we gotta shoot a missile at the ops? What the like? What?
We're to cause World War III right now.
Yeah, like, imagine he just went into work like, all right, like, another day at work, you just chilling, right? Hey, by the way, man, we got to blow up the ops. What? like you imagine just showing up to work like that's why that.
Yeah.
If you notice,
I just took my son to Chuck E. Cheese yesterday. I just got like what?
like it'd be different. Like it'd be different if you knew two different countries.
Yeah.
Or two different nations, I should say, have had like tension for months, even
Right,
years.
right.
That you're like, bro, any second now, like my government might just tell me to send a missile. But
Yeah.
this motherfucker, like, the reason why he was like, are you sure? Like,
It's 'cause, like-
it's because he probably just showed up to work thinking like it's gonna be a normal day. I'm just an easy light, 50,000 feet underwater.
Right.
We're just gonna chill and shit. And he's just chilling on the computer, looking at the radar thing, going ding, ding. And the motherfucker next to him goes, "Hey man, we gotta shoot up."
We finna send a predator missile. we finna send a.
We finna launch a 25 kill streak nuke right now. A Dobbs.
a Moab. We gonna send a Moab. Oh my god!
Can you
That's
imagine just
funny.
chilling just chilling in your desk, bro? And your motherfucker like, can you imagine if we worked at the Navy base?
Nah,
and
I'm gonna-
I'm chilling, right? And then you come up to me, hey man, we got
No, I come up to you like funny. Yo, how what's going on, bro? You know we live in this bitch. We laughing. Yo, it's an evil world out there. Oh, by the way, we finna blow up this bitch. You're like, what? Hey man,
It's like, wait, like, are you sure we can even?
like
do
we're having
that,
a good
Six?
time.
And you're like, hey man, if you don't, they gonna kick you. They say you gonna kick your ass into the water.
For real, right?
You're gonna drown out there. It's an evil world.
It's like, so I gotta do this.
Like-
Yeah, bro, that's kind of fucked, low key. But anyway, so there's the tension, right? We get like this countdown that's happening. Obviously, Talos killed Bob, and now he doesn't have the code word, and he's like, what the fuck? So time is ticking, right? We're getting that like tension
Dude,
going
I was
back and
actually
forth.
feeling like anxious. I was actually like, oh
Yeah.
my god, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, because like you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. It's like, oh shit, like, is this the start? Like that's what I was thinking. Oh shit, like they're gonna destroy that plane or whatever, and then here we go. It's the fucking start.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe I don't know. There's gonna be like a crazy war going around, and maybe that's why the new Captain America, Brave New World or some shit. Like
How that plays a part?
yeah,
Mm,
like,
okay, that'd be
you know what
cool.
I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
can see that.
Or like there's a war going on, and that's why it's called like New World. Remember how they did? Well, first it was like New World Order, then they changed it to Brave New World.
Brave New World.
Because New World Order, I guess, is like tied to like conspiracy, like conspiracy where like the government's bad and like tricking you and like I don't know. So I guess it was just offensive or whatever, so they changed it. But that's what I thought is like, oh shit, we're gonna get a World War III type shit going around, and maybe it could lead to Captain America,
That would have been smart.
like something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. So I was feeling it too. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? And Nick Fury's man is like, what the fuck are we gonna do? And then Talos is like, no, I got this. He calls up Gaia, and he's like, hey, I need so and so's code. She's like, all right, I'm on my way. She goes downstairs into that chamber where they have everyone, and then she goes down there, and we see like even the world leaders are there. Like we're right, you know, all the world leaders are there, everyone, and even that Bob person was there. And she gets into the screen, and she's like legit viewing all of like his memories, and I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, holy shit! And he ends up finding it, giving it to Talos. Talos like calls it off, and then they immediately, like right before they were about to like hit that button or like turn the key or whatever, they like, immediately stop it and they're like, oh, abort mission. And there we go, man, we're safe.
And you saw that one guy push the other guy out the way, and he tried to turn both keys with both his hands, and then
Yeah.
they stopped him.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? I don't know, man. I thought even though he gave the code word, it was still gonna happen. Low key, I had a feeling. You know what I mean? I was like, oh
But that
shit.
plane ends up surviving.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I was kind of hoping they would blow up the plane.
Oh shit.
I would have liked for like
Okay.
a major something to happen that would like lead into episode 4, and we're
Yeah,
like,
you're right,
fuck,
yeah.
bro. Like they actually blew up that bitch, and like
we're gonna go to war.
it's about to go to war. Like this is now Gravik's plan is just a step further from completion. Like
Yeah.
I felt like if that would have actually happened, it would have been like a what the fuck moment. Like oh shit, right? But it also would have been like a fuck. Like Gravik's now winning. His plan's going according to plan. Talos and Nick Fury are fucked now. How are they gonna come back from this? I would have wished like it actually did happen.
Yeah.
Because I felt like it would have made the mission on Talos and Nick Fury harder. But the fact that it got away with it, I feel like was maybe a little bit too squeaky clean for me. I felt like they got away with it a little too easily.
Okay, I get you. Like there should have been something something should have gone wrong,
Right.
right? Or maybe
because here's the thing, right? I feel like this entire episode was leading up to this moment.
right, because we're halfway through. Like we gotta there's got to be something that happens. We're like, oh shit, now it's starting. Like
So like my thing was, bro, like I felt like this episode from the start
yeah,
was even from the last episode, like they were talking about, like I felt like it was leading up to this moment where the submarine were going to shoot missiles up into blow up that plane.
yeah.
Which you said had who in it?
I don't know who was in it, but it was just a plane. It was a United Nations plane.
Okay.
Like on the plane, it said United Nations on it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So my thing was, bro, it's like I felt like this whole episode was leading up to this moment, because obviously Nick Fury and Talos, they're not really talking. So Nick Fury seeks him out at the bar. They reconcile. They get together. Nick Fury calls up that woman who was torturing the Skrull dude.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I need a
remember.
name. It's like, oh, Robert something. Oh, Bob, I know him. And then they drive to the house. They meet up with him. Then they kill him. And now, fuck, what's the code word? And like all these little things where I'm like, oh my god, like it's what's gonna happen? Only for the plane to survive. It almost felt like this entire episode was built up to nothing,
You're right.
because there was no like nothing really happened. Like
Yeah.
I just felt like it was a setup to like something that didn't even like nothing crazy
Yeah,
happened.
I guess the only crazy thing that happened was like near the end.
Oh yeah, that.
You know?
But I was hoping that we would have gotten another like that plane blowing up at a big event that would have progressed Gravix's plan further and would have retracted
Yeah.
Nick Fury and Talos's, like them even further back.
Right.
Being like, fuck, like he's got the upper hand. Like now his plan is
Or-
going according to plan.
Or I guess like have it to where they did everything right, like how it ended, right? But have it to where even though they did everything right, maybe some Skrulls in the submarine still did it either way.
I was gonna say, like,
You know what I
you know
mean?
how that guy goes and tries to turn both keys?
Yeah.
What if he actually does it
Yeah.
before they pin him down, before they knock him out, right? And the missile just...
Yep.
And just as Nick Fury and Talos were like, okay, good.
We're good.
We're good, right? And then they see the explosion. They're like, what the... They look out. And it's like, it happened. And imagine if that's where they ended the episode. What if like it went roll credits right there? Fucking cliffhanger. Oh, what the fuck? What happens next?
Yeah, that would
But
be
instead,
crazy.
the plane survived. The missile didn't launch. And I felt like the resolution just felt a little too squeaky clean.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it was kind of confusing because I go, well, how are you going to have no consequences? How are you not going to have some big thing happen when we're halfway through the show
Yeah.
and like nothing crazy has happened other than Gravix trying to create Super Skrulls? But also not even just Super Skrulls. He wants to create World War III essentially, and wants to
Yeah.
completely get rid of the human race. And one of the ways to do that is by causing a war. And in order
Yep.
to cause a war, you'd have to cause tension between the nations. And in order to do that was for this fucking plane to blow up by a missile from the ops.
Mm-hmm.
And because it didn't happen, well, like, now I'm wondering, well, what's episode 4 gonna lead up to? What is that?
Yeah, right.
What is that? What
Another attempt?
What could another 40 minutes of this show now progress to?
Yeah.
You know, it would have been cool if there was a cliffhanger ending where the plane did blow up and you're left with the fuck. What's
Yeah.
gonna happen
Like,
next?
What's next?
And then you'd be like, okay, episode 4, now Nick Fury and Talos are like, fuck, like they still blew up the plane. How are we gonna come back from this? Now the United Nations are gonna go crazy, bro, and they're gonna start going to war. They're gonna see it as an active war because they launched a missile for no reason, or they
Yep,
crossed
you're
enemy,
right.
they crossed enemy lines. I don't know, some bullshit. And now they have to find a way to like now the
Yeah.
problem, or you know what?
What?
This just came to me. I was gonna say, if the plane had blown up, Talos and Nick Fury would think to themselves, like, fuck, how are we gonna solve this? This problem became too big for us now. How are we gonna, like, it's too big for us to handle.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why they went with this squeaky clean ending is because the writers knew, what the fuck is Nick Fury and Talos gonna do about a World War III? How are they gonna stop that? So because they couldn't come up with a storyline where they could have prevented a World War III, they had to give these convenience sort of
Yeah.
like
That's true.
endings and stuff to all this shit.
And that kind of goes back to like, let's say there are Super Skrulls. Like, who's gonna compete with them? Because you know what I mean? Because like, I don't know if they're super scrolls with these abilities and stuff. Motherfucker, we need some superheroes to fight them.
Oh, my theory is that I think Talos is gonna get
like
the
super,
powers,
and he's gonna be a super scroll.
like he's going to somehow. Oh, and what if he is Super Scroll from the comics?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Like at the outcome, he becomes a super scroll.
But like obviously not the Fantastic Four villain.
Yeah.
Because that's who he is in the comics, but rather he's an ally.
Yeah.
And we see him
something like
and we
that.
see him in Secret Wars.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool. If anything, because you're right. Like because here's my thing too.
Yeah.
Talking about squeaky clean consequences.
Yeah.
If we make it all 6 episodes and not a single scroll gets powers,
Stop.
you see what I mean?
No, there's gotta be.
That's what I'm saying. It's one of those things where it's like, nah, like at least in the last episode or the second to last episode, we got to see Skrulls getting the powers and them causing havoc, like causing bullshit.
I just wonder who the fuck is gonna come and like counter that.
And that's what I'm saying.
You know?
My theory is I think Talos is going to find a way to try to get the powers, and then he's gonna have powers too, and he's gonna have like a whole fight scene with Gravik or something.
Or
like
what
that.
if like, because there are some scrolls that are good, remember, that are like our sided with Talos and everything. So what if like he makes his people super scrolls and now it's super scrolls against super scrolls?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Something like
Or
that.
maybe this show, bro. I feel like the problem that we have, bro, is that we got the trailer for the Marvels, which comes out in November. And if you remember in the trailer, do you remember the trailer for the Marvels, bro?
Nah, man.
So-
I just saw it once, bro, when it came out.
So the trailer, bro, it starts off with Nick Fury at Saber.
Oh.
He's in his whole like leather jacket fit from like the
Yeah.
OG Avengers movie, and he's up in Saber, and that's when he meets Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. So like, it's kind of fucked because it's like, damn. So Nick Fury is not gonna die in Secret Invasion because he's gonna show up later in the Marvels. But on top of that, you see him with the leather jacket pants, the leather jacket, the eye patch. Like he now looks like Nick Fury from like Avengers 1, only with gray hair. So like, does he take control back of Shield and Saber?
I was about to say, so
What if him taking control back of Shield and Saber is
Yeah.
what he uses to fight against the Super Skrulls?
Yeah, you're right.
That might be my guess too.
That's a good guess.
And also, I also want to believe that my guess where Talos gets powers is real, because
That'd be cool. Yeah.
that would be cool because he was the original leader. And let's be real, like if Gravik does die, he's gonna regain leadership back of the Skrulls, and like nothing else screams leader than yo, I got
Super
powers,
Skrull, yeah.
and y'all don't type shit. I don't know, something like that. So, and it would also be cool because let's be real, Ben Mendelsohn is a really big, well-known actor. He's been in Star Wars, he's been in Marvel, right, with Skrulls and shit. He's done a bunch of different things, and if he's gonna stick around in the MCU, you know, if he doesn't die in this show or something, then you might as well make him stand out more than just being a leader of Skrulls. Make him a Skrull with powers.
That's
And
true.
then we might even see Ben Mendelsohn back as Talos in Secret Wars, and he's fighting with,
Yeah.
Spider-Man and all them. Like that'd be cool for me personally. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that would be too.
So I think that those are my two theories for how the show's gonna end. I think that's like those are just my few of my theories.
Yeah.
But this all ties back to like I just didn't like how the plane didn't blow up. Like that squeaky clean ending was a little too
like
convenient.
And like how you said too, it kind of like, I don't want to say spoil, but like we know because on the Miss Marvel trailer that Nick Fury comes out like back on top.
Mm-hmm.
When this whole show so far is
him being belittled and
not
being the leader.
Yeah,
of anything.
and seeing him work his way back to his normal self.
Mm-hmm. So watching the trailer for the Marvels,
Yeah.
kind of showed us that okay, he's gonna get there.
Yeah.
Now we just gotta watch the show to see how, but we know it's gonna happen.
I kind of wish.
And I would have liked, and that's one of those things where I felt like, was Marvel not thinking, or was Disney not thinking
Yeah.
about their marketing strategy? Like,
They
because
don't give a
let's do no, but you know what, bro?
They're just
This is
putting
not
shit
the
out.
no, bro. But this is not the first time they've done this.
Really?
These dumbasses, fuck no. They put out the trailer for Far From Home before Endgame came out. And everyone was like, I thought Spider-Man died. I thought he was snapped away. Oh, well, I guess he comes back because the trailer for the new Spider-Man movie
Really?
is out. Dude, yes.
Are you serious?
I swear to God. They put out the first trailer. It was just a teaser trailer, and it's Spider-Man, and he's swinging through London, and he meets Mysterio. But then after Endgame came out, like a month after Endgame came out, they released a second trailer, which is when they openly talked about how Tony Stark died.
Oh,
Because they
what
they wanted to avoid spoilers.
Yeah.
So that I understand, but still, you released a Spider-Man trailer after Endgame, which I guess makes sense because Spider-Man Far From Home came out a month or two after Endgame, and trailers don't come out a month or two before the movie comes out. They come out months in advance, at least 5 or 6.
Right.
So it only makes sense for them to put out a trailer for Far From Home, but it's just fucked because everyone, including myself, were like, okay, well, Peter comes back. Like, he didn't die for good, and like, he's gonna somehow come back in Endgame because we're getting this movie.
Yeah, what the fuck? I didn't know that.
Unless, my theory at the time, obviously it's not true. We've been proven wrong, but at the time, my theory was that Far From Home took place before Infinity War. The reason why...
you said Far From Home took place before?
Infinity War. The reason is because when you watch the trailer, he's on a field trip in London and he meets up with Mysterio and all this bullshit. Yeah. And if you remember in Infinity War, when we see Spider-Man, when that fucking donut spaceship comes down and Iron Man is with Hulk and Doctor Strange and Wong and shit, Spider-Man, Peter is in the bus with Ned and all the kids, and they're coming back, and he even tells Iron Man, where'd you come from? And he's like, I came from a field trip. Remember how he says that in Infinity War? So I was putting pieces together, and I was like, okay, does Far From Home take place before Infinity War?
Is it confirmed somewhere? Like, do you think, like...
What?
Like, is that confirmed? Like, is Far From Home before...
No, it can't, because remember, Far From Home dealt with Tony Stark's death and, like, how Peter was mourning and all this bullshit.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So, obviously, it didn't take place before. It took place after. I was just hoping it did because I was like, no way Marvel's dumb enough to put out a trailer for a character that died in Infinity War, basically spoiling to us that, hey, yo, Spider-Man survives.
Right, he's back, y'all.
So that I connect that to this situation where it's like we see the trailer for the Marvels, and like you said, we see Nick Fury back on top, being Nick Fury. Yeah. Running Saber and maybe even S.H.I.E.L.D., who knows? He's even in his iconic all-leather suit from the first Avengers movie with the eye patch and everything. He even shaved his beard to make it like the goatee shit that he used to have. So it's like, okay, so we know Nick Fury, it's already spoiled. He's gonna come out on top. Now we just have to watch the show to see how it happens, but we know it's gonna happen.
I think it would have been like cooler if we saw it happen like for the first time, and then we got the trailer for the Marvels, and then when we see Nick Fury, I think it'd be more cool and more hype. It's like, oh yeah, Nick Fury's back. He is,
right? Like, or what they should have done is what they did with No Way Home, Far From Home, is they should have put out a first trailer of the Marvels and like not include any scenes with Nick Fury. Just cut it to where it's just scenes of the 3 chicks. Yeah. Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Monica Rambeau from WandaVision. And then when a second trailer comes out, once Secret Invasion has wrapped, then show scenes where Nick Fury's in it. So that way people didn't know, so that people don't get spoiled. But I guess they didn't think about that or whatever, and they just kind of went with it.
I think they just don't give a fuck, bro. like they just want the money, man.
Y'all finna go see it.
Yeah. It don't matter what we put on. You finna go see
Y'all
it.
Y'all finna watch.
It don't matter.
We already it's not even out. We already got the bag.
For real. For real, dude. Actually, speaking of that, I guess so far, Secret Invasion has been the least watched show.
No way, really?
Yeah, dead ass.
Damn, interesting.
Yeah, bro, the viewership is going down, man, for some reason with this show compared to every other Marvel show that we got. Shows? Yeah.
Where'd you see this? I didn't know this.
Yeah, bro, I could probably fact check this.
That's crazy. Real quick. But you know what, bro? It's kind of fucked to say this, but I think I see it. I think I know why. Because, like, this show is trying to be, like I said, super top secret spy espionage kind of thing. It's trying to be more grounded. But in a sense, in an attempt of it being more grounded, I feel like every episode has felt like set up.
It's the second lowest.
Let me guess. She-Hulk's the first?
It says Secret Invasion has the second lowest viewership rates in its first 5 days of release, only beating Miss Marvel. I'm trying to see real quick. See if I can get the list. But yeah, continue what you were saying, Hive, while I find this.
What was I saying? Oh, that I can understand why the viewership is going down.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like I feel like this show's attempt in being like a spy espionage more
Oh,
grounded.
Miss
show.
Marvel was the lowest.
No, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's Miss Marvel then Secret Invasion.
Damn. What the fuck? All right, I guess. But like I was saying, I feel like this show being a little more grounded and trying to be more spy espionage, I feel like every episode is just kind of feeling like setup. I feel like nothing big is happening in these last few episodes. Like nothing crazy is going on. And the only thing carrying the show is dialogue. And if that's what they're going for, well then good job. But at the same time, like you gotta give us something, bro. You gotta give us some stakes. Like I get it, right? Oh shit, Super Scrolls, we can't have that. Oh shit, World War III, we can't have that. But like I said, this is what I meant where like I hoped that plane actually did blow up because it would have added layers to the show and it would have made Talos's and Nick Fury's job even more harder to be like, fuck, like how are we gonna solve this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I guess better writers would have thought about it and gone, if this did happen, how could Nick Fury and Talos realistically try to undo the World War III bullshit? But I guess because these certain writers didn't know how to do that, they're just like, well then let's not make the plane blow up. Let's just give it a squeaky clean ending to make it easier on them. But it's like if you keep giving the good guys an easier path all the time, then there's not really any stakes. You don't see them struggle, in which case like the good guys win, but like they kind of low-key had it
Like
easy.
that's why the first episode was lit because we saw that. Like, we saw them lose. We saw the stakes. We're like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think that's what made it like fire. Mm-hmm. But all right, let's stay back in track. So after this, right? Everybody, Nick Fury and Talos giving high fives. Not really, but like, like whatever, right?
We did it.
Yeah, type shit. Gaia ends up leaving. She's like, man, I'm out this bitch.
Yeah.
I'm a Scooby Doo this bitch. Gets on the dirt bike. She's leaving. She's like, I'm out this bitch. Until there's a car in front of her with their headlights turn on. She ends up falling over because it's bright or whatever, and it's fucking Gravik. You're like, oh shit. Gravik knows what the fuck is up now. Gaia's like typical, like, man, fuck you, bitch. Gravik's like, I don't give a fuck. Shoots her. And I guess she's dead?
That's my thing. It doesn't show.
Like, it just shows her turning to a scroll, like into her scroll self.
Ooh, that's true.
Remember that?
That's true.
So that's why I thought,
does
is she dead?
And you know what, bro?
Yeah.
If she does, I'm gonna be a little iffy on it.
Yeah, because I'm like,
this bitch didn't do much.
I mean, no. She was the undercover spy for.
Right, but I would have liked for it to done. Sure, but I would have liked to have seen
more.
Or
Exactly.
if she were gonna die, wait till the 6th episode.
Yeah.
To like potentially give her more, but at the same time, maybe it's necessary for her to die because this could be like a stake that point. Talos is now gonna have to go through. Like, fuck, now I lost my wife and now I lost my fucking daughter, and now his vengeance against Gravik is gonna grow even more.
I have a feeling she's not dead. I feel like it was too easy.
That's another thing why I also think it's like,
yeah, I don't think she's dead.
I didn't feel like her death was paid off because it felt too easy.
Mm-hmm.
So I bet you money, like the next episode, we're gonna see her
like awaken,
like she's gonna have like a gunshot in the stomach, and she's like, ugh, like she's trying to find, bandages or something. Like you're gonna see her that she survived. Because typical bullshit, right? Yeah. Villains shoot them. All right, the job is done, and then leave. But like y'all don't go back, make sure they're dead, or shoot them in the head just to be sure. Typical movie bullshit where like that's just like it's little things that you pick up on that you're like the writers did that on purpose to explain why the character didn't actually.
It always happens either two ways. Always, two ways.
Yeah. What?
They wake up in the same spot where they were like last scene where you were saying like, oh, they wake up slowly, then they start crawling and doing that, or they wake up in somewhere else because someone found them and was like helping
patch them up.
Yeah, it's always those two ways. It's always that. I think that's what we.
Iron Man, you saved me. What? No, bitch. It's a scroll.
I went to the Avengers Museum and I saw this dude with the suit and I was like, yo, this shit lit. So I'm like,
can you imagine if like Iron Man was patching her up? Like, what the like, no, guy, it's me. And
it's like, why are you dressed like
what the I thought it like
yeah.
But like no, like they brought back Robert Downey Jr.
I got the fuck.
Like it's actually him, and we're like, what the fuck
Hell
is
no.
that Iron Man?
No, in order to bring him back for Secret Invasion, that's their whole budget for this whole show. Like,
Facts,
come on, man. Come
That's
on, man.
true, bro.
This shit, he ain't gonna come to this little squeaky show. Come on.
It's facts.
But yeah, so that's what happens. And then, Jav, you want to talk about the very end after that?
So at the very end, Nick Fury's wife somehow gets word as to like what's going on. I forget how she finds out. So she goes to that one place where like you meet up with those people.
Yeah.
And the people like
It's like a lockbox or something.
yeah, like that shit where like, you know, when the person comes in with the key and it like unlocks your box with the stuff inside of it and shit. And so the guy's like, "Oh, I'll give you privacy." Like, cuz you never know like what's inside the box. Like, "Oh, I'll give you your privacy."
It says right here, she makes her way to a well-guarded safety deposit box.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, continue. So yeah.
So
she
then the
goes-
guy
she
like
gets there.
turns the key right, unlocks the box for her, and she's like, "I'll give you your privacy." And he steps out, and inside the box is a Glock. I thought it would have been something cooler, like I don't know, some more shit. It's literally it was like one of those like yellow envelope.
What if it was the dude's torture's finger or some bullshit?
No, she pulls it out, and it's an arc reactor.
An arc reactor.
It's an Iron Man arc reactor. It's like now we gotta use this.
Robert Downey Jr.
What the heck?
confirmed. He's coming back.
or some shit, bro. But
It was me all along. just like a picture. It was me all along. And then right there, where she's like in that safe, whatever. The dude, that's kind of close. All you hear is the Jigsaw music. And it's fucking Nick Fury. It's Nick Fury. And then he just closes the door. Man.
Game over.
Game. Hey, I don't know. Listen, I don't give a fuck. How that shit's hard, bro. That shit's hard.
how every Saw movie ends with a
Yeah,
song.
it's always
And it's always someone getting
yeah,
got.
yeah.
And another motherfucker's like,
Game over. Listen, bro, I get it. It's like repetitive in every movie, but for some reason, bro, like I always like that for the Saw movies, bro. Cause I'm like, oh, dude, I'm excited to see what the twist is now, or whatever. And then when I hear that music, it just makes it more creepy. It's like, yeah, that shit hard as fuck.
Oh my god.
But yeah, continue how.
So then inside the lockbox was a pistol, and she pulls it out. Then she pulls out her phone, and she calls someone on the phone, and we listen to the voice, and it's Rhodey. It's War Machine. And she's like, I want to speak to Gravik. And he's like, well, too bad you're speaking to me.
Yeah.
And then that's when the show ends. Like, it goes black screen and it rolls credits. And this, I guess, kind of confirms the theory that we had in the last episode where we were like, bro, low-key Rhodey being a bitch to Nick Fury, and he's kind of being portrayed as a villain. And I was like, bro, I bet you Rhodey's a Skrull. So I think, bro, what they're going to do is that they're going to make him a Skrull. What I'm fearful is that I don't want them to pull some bullshit where it's like Rhodey was a Skrull all along. I don't want that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to find out that when I don't want to sit down and watch Iron Man 2 and be thinking, "Oh shit, like he was Skrull."
Yeah,
Like I want Rhodey to be real Rhodey. It just Rhodey somehow got captured by the Skrulls. They have him in that like chamber thing, right, where they kept like all the United Nations leaders and like all those people, like all that shit. Like I want them to be like I want them to show him there, and then there's a Skrull impersonating Rhodey. You see what I mean? But I don't want to find out that he was a Skrull all along, but he was a good guy, but like now he's like bad or whatever, because now they're talking about Gravik and like, but like now my thing is, how does Nick Fury's wife tie into all of this? How does she tie in with the whole Gravik thing? Because I thought she was a good guy, but like I guess because she's a Skrull, she still has communications with him, connections.
Yeah, you're right, huh?
So I'm wondering how that's going to play a part. I'm interested to see how she gets involved in all this, because I thought she was kind of off to the side. Like, I thought she wasn't really about that. More than anything, I thought she was a good guy because she sides with Nick Fury.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But like, for her to ask for Gravik, it's like, damn, like, has she always had communication with him? Like, what's gonna happen? Or is this the first time she's reaching out to him?
Isn't it? Well, here's the thing. Do you think that's why she had the gun? To meet with him and to assassinate him.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, right. Oh, and you're just asking like they've always had maybe contact with each other?
Or something.
So I don't know. But yeah, okay, and then that's
how the show ends, bro.
That's how it ends.
Because the whole shock factor is that Rhodey was the one that answered the phone.
Yeah.
So, like I said, my theory is
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think he was a Skrull the whole time.
No, I hope not, bro. I don't want to find out that when you meet him in Iron Man 1, only he was played by Terrence Howard in that movie.
Right.
He was a different actor. that he was a Skrull from then on.
Yeah.
Fuck no. Like hell no. I'd rather like to like find out that Rhodey was Rhodey all this time, and then somewhere between before the events of Secret Invasion, he somehow gets captured by the Skrulls. They put him in that chamber thing, and then a Skrull impersonates him, and that's how he was able to get into the government and all that shit. That's why he fires Nick Fury. He's portrayed a little more villainous and all this other shit. So I think that's what they're gonna do. I'm hoping, because I don't want to find out. Because if they're like, no, like we got to be bold, like we got to make bold decisions in the MCU. We got to give y'all like rope-a-dopes that y'all don't even know, and like we find out Rhodey was a Skrull, and it's like, bro,
come on, man.
Like I don't want that. What the fuck?
No, I don't think. Yeah, I know. I think we'll be good on that. But yeah, I mean, we pretty much covered everything, man. Yeah. We pretty much covered everything. So, Jav, let's go with the rating. What do you give this one, man?
This episode, bro, I mean, I thought it was a good episode, bro. Like I said, there were a couple of scenes where the dialogue carried, bro, but like, I'm halfway through the show now, bro, and I feel like the dialogue is still fire, bro. Like, there are still scenes with people talking, like dialogue that are on point, but I don't know if it's enough to carry this show. Especially when we know why it's called Secret Invasion and what it's dealing with. Like, I feel like this third episode is once again another episode that just felt like setup to something that we haven't seen yet. I don't know. I felt like maybe that's why I wanted to see that plane blow up, because it felt like something finally happened, and now we have to deal with the aftermath, the consequences of that plane exploding in episode 4. Mm-hmm. But because the plane got away. So you clean ending. Yeah. I'm just like, well, fuck, bro. Like, what is this show leading up to if nothing crazy happens? The only crazy thing happening is the bombs going off in the festival where Maria Hill dies. Mm-hmm. But other than that, episode 2 like doesn't end crazy. Episode 3 doesn't end that crazy because you hear Rhodey's voice and oh shit, he might be a Skrull.
Maybe the crazy thing is the Super Skrulls. Maybe what if there's like a bunch of Super Skrulls and then they just do like they just go out in public and start killing innocent people.
I think that's how episode 4 will end, or 5. Okay. It's like that'll be the shock thing where it's like before black screen, before roll credits.
But once again, like I just want to see the Avengers pull up, be like, hey, what's going on over here? I don't know.
Yeah, bro.
It is what it is.
So I don't know, man. I feel like this episode just felt like setup again, and like I felt like it's not setting up to anything. I feel like now I have to wait a whole nother week to see what the next episode's gonna happen, and just kind of see what happens. But I feel like I've been doing that already for like 2 episodes now, where it's like, okay, the next episode,
and like we're halfway.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I feel like episode 4, bro, some shit needs to hit the fan. Like something needs to happen.
It has to.
And it has to carry out through episodes 5 and 6 for it to feel, because if episode 4 carries on this like slow pace setting up bullshit, bro, something's going on. Something's wrong, bro.
Yeah.
Like I get y'all trying to be spy espionage and trying to be more grounded, but like make something happen, bro. Something interesting, please. Like, what the fuck?
If not, like, what was the point of the show?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. I just feel like they're doing too much setup. Like, setup should have been done in the first episode, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 should have just been like the shit actually happening. Mm-hmm. Just feels like Talos and Nick Fury are just chasing the tail everywhere they go. They just keep chasing different leads. And they're just chasing this lead that leads to this lead, and it's just that's what they've been doing since the second episode. Yeah, and I just feel like it's kind of starting to get redundant. So because of all that, and there being dialogue scenes that I felt were fire, but I don't think it's enough to carry the show. Mm-hmm. I would probably do I think this episode was low key. I'm torn between either a 6 or a 7.
I think for me, because you pretty much said everything that I agree with. So I'm just my rating up front. I think I'm gonna give this one a 7.
A 7?
Yeah. Because even though like it's one of the even though the first 2 episodes were better, and even though like all the things that you mentioned is true, but like you said, the dialogue was also there, and I still enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. But I did not enjoy it as much as the other ones.
Like I said, while it's good, it's not enough to carry the show. I feel like more things need to be happening in the show for it to be more investing.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
So, you know what, bro? I'm going to say fucking, I'm gonna have to give this episode a 6.
Damn, okay. A 6.
That's why I'm telling you, bro. Episode 4 needs to pick up, bro. Yeah. Like, some shit needs to happen. because I'm getting sick of this.
Respectfully.
Respectfully, bro, I'm getting
man.
sick of this bullshit. Like,
Yeah, man. Hey, man, fuck Rhodey.
fuck Rhodey.
Fuck
man.
Rhodey.
that
But yeah, guys. So that's gonna be our review for for Secret Invasion episode 3. If you guys want to, now we're gonna get into the questions and comments and everything. So if you guys want to stay for that, we appreciate it. But yeah, let's get into it really quickly because we're gonna save the big special one at the end. But yeah, so the first question is gonna be from Sheldon, not Sheldon M, the other Sheldon. You gotta give me like your other initials so I don't say not Sheldon M. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, he said he wants to know what's your guys' top 3 zombie movies?
Ooh, movies?
Zombie movies.
I don't know if I have a lot.
Let's see.
Movie wise?
Yeah, I mean, I could pull up a list, bro, because like I love zombies.
So I feel like one of them, bro, and I feel like if you ask anybody, this movie
Like
will
a
always,
no-brainer?
like a no-brainer will be Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead is cool.
It's
I'm not
funny
gonna lie.
as fuck,
Yeah.
bro. With Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, bro. That movie's funny as hell. Like how when they fight the zombies and shit, like it's just funny. Like when they're
Yeah.
on the pub and they're fighting with the pool sticks and shit.
Oh, I guess one. Okay, I guess I'll go first. So one that I could think of really like is really fucking fire. And it sucks because I forgot the name,
Bruh.
but I saw it recently.
Okay.
Kind of recently, maybe like 2 months ago or something with Mario. It's a found footage zombie movie,
Okay.
and it's originally in Spain. Like it's Spain language.
Oh, okay.
And then a couple years later, they made a remake, and that remake is called Quarantine. And then they made a Quarantine 2. Oh, I think it's Record. I think it's
I was gonna say
REC.
the REC movies.
There you go. The first one, the first REC movie.
Oh, okay.
The Spain. That found footage, that zombie, dude, that is like one of the best found footage. Well, number one of the best found footage movies and zombie movies.
Really?
Dude, it was like, and Mario and I, we love found footage, and I'm not gonna lie, I think it's my guilty pleasure, even though some of them are kind of like whack or whatever. It's my guilty pleasure. What are you gonna say?
Have you ever seen Chronicle?
No, I haven't seen Chronicle.
So if you love found footage, bro,
Yeah.
that movie's on HBO Max.
Uh-huh.
Do yourself a favor,
What
bro.
is that? What is that?
Chronicle is a found footage movie about 3 teenagers who get superpowers.
Oh shit,
Bro,
Okay,
bro.
And it's found footage.
And it's found footage,
That's sick.
and Michael B. Jordan is in it.
Oh fuck.
But he looks young as hell, bro. He does not look like Killmonger. He's in it, and then one of the other kids is Dane DeHaan, who played the Green Goblin in the Andrew Garfield
fuck.
Spider-Man movies.
Is it a movie or a show? Or?
It's a movie, and it's filmed like found footage. It's like Paranormal Activity or like Project X.
We could cover that on Cape shit.
If you want, bro. That's
Yeah, I'm down.
dude. It's
okay.
That movie.
All right,
is
put
so
a pin in
good.
that. Like, remember that one. Fine. Okay. Yeah, bro. I love found footage.
So then
you put me on Cloverfield. You showed me that one.
Yeah, Cloverfield.
That was cool. But anyway, so I like those type of movies, right?
Yeah,
so Quarantine. I seen Quarantine, that remake that I like years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, what is this REC? I'm like, what the fuck? And Mario's like, it's found footage, and we read the description and it sounds cool. I'm like, let's check it out. As we're watching it, it's fucking lit. It's really scary. Like, it's really believable. It's fucking cool. But then I'm like noticing like certain scenes and dialogue. I'm like, I've seen this before. I'm like, where have I seen this shit? But it's still different. And I'm like, wait a second. And then it clicked. I'm like, that Quarantine movie? And I looked it up. And sure enough, Quarantine was like a remake, like
An
a reboot.
American remake?
Yes, exactly, American remake
To the
of it.
Spain version of the.
Yes, REC movie. That one's fire, bro. You forgot, like, whenever there's a day like we're just gonna chill, we don't gotta like record or whatever.
Yeah.
we could watch it. It's fucking lit.
Because I know our cousin Fabian.
Uh-huh.
He recommended me those movies.
Oh, really? I haven't seen because of that one. I want to see the other ones. I haven't seen the other ones. I just saw that
I think
one.
he was the one that told me like, yeah, bro, you should check out these movies. These movies are fire, and I just never got around to it.
Yeah,
But
bro.
Even he's. I feel like I remember he was the one that recommended me those movies.
So I would say that one definitely. Fuck, dude. And then the other ones I'm kind of like torn because Shaun of the Dead is really cool.
That one's fun.
I really like Zombieland.
That's
You know?
my other one.
Yeah.
Zombieland.
Okay, so
the
those
first
are your
one.
two. Okay.
The first one.
Zombieland. I really like the 28 days later and the 20 weeks later.
That's my third.
Yeah, there you go. 28 days later, 28 weeks later.
Mine is weeks. I liked weeks more than days.
And guess what? They're making it 28 years later.
Are they though?
They are. It's confirmed. Like
Is
couple,
it?
like I think yesterday.
Because dude, they've been saying that for a while.
No, but no, it is now. Yeah,
Really?
It's on. Yeah.
But why years? Why not
With
months?
20? Well, it's kind of like with Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home. 28 days, 28 weeks, 28 years.
Yeah,
So like they want to fit that, I guess.
I can see that.
But yeah, dude, that shit was okay. The 28 days later, isn't that that's the one where like they're in that place where like there's no sun or whatever, right? No. That's another. That's fuck. What's that one? It's like they're vampires. They're vampires. That's another good one.
Or they're vampires, like zombie shit.
Yeah. I want to see if I could look it up real quick.
Where there's no sun.
Yeah. So okay. So 28 weeks later, we talked about that. Dawn of the Dead was cool. I really like Black Summer. That's a show, by the way. Train to Busan was dope.
I never saw that one.
Really?
No,
Train to
bro.
Busan is really fucking sick. World War Z was okay. I liked it though. It was pretty cool.
You mean was it Land of the Dead?
No, not Land. Land of the Dead was cool though. It was a classic as well. Hashtag Alive. I've seen that one. The Korean show that is I think All of Us Are Dead or something like that. That was pretty cool too. What about Army of the Dead? Remember that one? Army of the Dead.
That was the Zack Snyder movie, right?
Yeah.
With Dave Bautista.
Day of the Dead. Yeah, I've mostly seen all these movies, man.
I forgot. Planet Terror. Remember that movie? Where the bitch has the gun for a leg?
Yeah, that's just funny as hell.
Actually, you know what, bro? This
No,
one's got to
what's-
be in the top 3. Hold on.
Come on, Hob. You
Fuck.
play it.
No, that movie's funny as hell.
What
Fuck.
is it?
Hold on. Let me think.
Vampire.
So Shaun of the Dead, 28 weeks later, Zombieland. I might have to nick Zombieland. And I'm gonna put Planet Terror. Robert Rodriguez's
man.
Planet Terror. No, Zombieland is still fire.
30 Days of Night.
Okay.
30 Days of Night. Have you heard of this movie?
No.
It's fucking sick. It's okay. Here, let me read the synopsis like really quick for you. It's not gonna lie, it's pretty spooky. It's pretty cool.
Oh fuck.
It's actually really good. After an Alaskan town is plunged into darkness for a month, it is attacked by a bloodthirsty gang of vampires.
Damn.
So essentially, they're in Alaska, and there's always this part of like once every year, there's no sunlight for 30 days, right? And it's a small town. It's like a really small town because like why do people want to be there, right? And it's super cold and everything. So when the 30 days start, there's no sun. Guess what? The vampires come out, and these vampires, the reason why I said zombies are because they act like the zombies from 28 weeks later.
Oh.
Like they run. And like
Fuck.
they're vampires, so they jump kind of high.
Oh fuck.
And they be biting people and stuff, and they have like blood like on them and stuff. And they have distinctive like hearing and smell. And it's fucking creepy. I'm not gonna lie,
Fuck,
bro. Like
man.
that's another movie you gotta check out.
That's scary as fuck.
It's actually based off of a comic book.
Oh.
It actually was a comic book first, I think. Yeah, and then they made the movie. It was like inspired for the movie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a comic book. But yeah, technically that's not a zombie movie. The reason it's still really good, but the REC one, I like Zombieland, but I mean I pretty much listed a bunch, man. I don't know if I could really pick my top 3
Those are my top three.
because movies, right? Okay, excluding shows. I would say the REC. What did you say again?
So I said
Shaun
Shaun
of
of the Dead, 28 weeks later,
Yes. Okay.
and Planet Terror.
I think I'm gonna do 28 weeks later. I'm gonna do the REC, and I think I'm gonna do Zombieland.
Okay.
Yeah, because I really like Zombieland.
Zombieland's really good.
Yeah, Zombieland's cool.
And surprisingly, the second one.
Yeah,
was also-
didn't we see that one in
we
theaters?
saw that
Yeah,
one.
right.
And that was surprisingly also good, especially if it being a sequel that came
Yeah.
out 10 years after the original.
God damn.
Yeah, they came out 10 years
And the
apart.
guy, what's his name with the Lex Luthor, the guy with the curly hair.
Yeah,
He,
Jesse Eisenberg.
that motherfucker doesn't age, bro.
They look the same.
He looks the same, dude. Yeah, that motherfucker doesn't age. But there you go, bro. Okay, so now here I have another question or a response. I got a response from Sheldon M.
Okay.
And it's his response to like how, I'll just read it.
Okay.
He says, "Hey, dude, just finished the podcast and it was great. Thanks for answering the questions. To be honest, I forgot what I asked, LMAO. but yeah, thanks your homie Ha for answering as well. I actually shared this to my sister. So this is when the Flash one, I think.
So this is when he was talking about like Batman.
Yes.
Okay.
So he says, I actually shared this to my sister, and she still said, but why?
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
He says, at this point, she's fucking with me. But for real, she kind of gets it. She kind of gets it about Elseworld and how Matt Reeves' Batman is completely different from DCU. And the James Gunn is getting a new Batman. Also, to let Hav know about my sister is she isn't into superhero movies.
Okay.
She's somewhat in the middle. She likes some MCU and DC movies, but she gets tired of them, especially the MCU with their overused jokes. Yeah. The only reason she watches them because her fiance loves superhero movies and will drag her to go watch with him.
Yeah, makes sense.
Also, I do realize Elseworld isn't really well known towards casual fans than people who read comics. Comic readers are used to it. We get the concept. Concept of it and understand it, so we had no trouble understanding about having two Batman in different movies. I think if some way to explain it better about Elseworld to casual fans, then it would be definitely a big help to DC and Warner Bros. Make a great business. Maybe. LOL. So he's basically saying how for people who are really kind of somewhat familiar to the comic books or whatever, we understand what Elseworlds are, and he's basically saying that if we kind of push that out into the more casual audience, explain, hey, this is what Elseworlds is, then I guess people would really understand more. And with Elseworlds with Elseworlds began in 1995, and they fucking scrapped it in the early 2000s, and they never touched DC Elseworlds again. And to me, I kind of like, I was like, dang, that kind of sucks, because Elseworlds is kind of similar to a Marvel's like What If, like series, whatever. And yeah, so they started in early 1995. They stopped it in early 2000s, and that was it. No Elseworlds never was a thing again, and whatever, until James Gunn finally like brought it up and said, we're gonna do DC Elseworlds. So hopefully, in the comic realm of DC Elseworlds, it gets rekindled and we see more stuff like that, because you know how they do new comic book runs based on movies or whatever, like how they did it for the Batman. They did the year one of the Riddler for the Batman, for Matt Reeves. So like hopefully now that DC is in the picture, especially with James Gunn, DC Elseworlds actually becomes a thing again in the comics and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's all he wanted to say. So shout out to you, bro, Sheldon. And then let me see. Do I got okay, now I think, let me see, Sheldon, I got John, I got the two Sheldons. Okay, I got the two. Okay, now we are on Ramis or Ramis.
Yeah, bro.
We heard a snippet of your
audio
clip. And you pronounced her name, and I'm like, dang, I've been pronouncing this name this whole. It's because we're Mexican. You know the East, like the I, we E.
Yeah.
Like we pronounce it that way.
Yeah.
So like it's Ramis, but like it's Ramis. I don't know. Like it's just, I don't know. I just thought it was Ramis, but it's Ramis. But yeah. So he says, and this was really cool. And if you guys want to stay, we really appreciate it. But Ramis, he says, hello HRV. Thank you so much for answering my question and giving a great analysis about the superhero and multiverse fatigue. I guess it's something that we are all getting a little bored with, but it's going to stay, and it will take a few years for studios to walk away from and go back to the original formula of superheroes. Also, I have an in-depth and long answer to the question of, should Reverse Flash be the villain of the Flash movie? I can't type it because it's long, so I was hoping if I could record my answer and share with you guys via email. If not, then I'll have my in-depth analysis typed and send it over. Appreciate it. So, guys, this is going to be the first ever actual recording from a listener, supporter, Ramis, and fair warning, it's like around 10 minutes long.
Oh shit.
And he gives an analysis, his own opinions, and to counter the argument of why we needed Reverse Flash, and this is taking a jab at Josue.
Ooh.
Because Josue, remember, shout out to you, Josue, bro. He said that we didn't need that, right?
Because we already saw
Exactly
it in the CW Flash show.
And so Ramos, he is going to, I guess, rebuttal that. And then at the end of the 10-minute, like around the end of his analysis, I think he believes he has questions for us too. I think he does. But yeah, so we're gonna go listen to it. Hopefully my phone doesn't die. I guess is that my 17%?
We should be good.
Hopefully.
Hope so.
Yeah, hopefully. So yeah, I'm gonna play it through the mic. So yeah, guys, I just want to warn you guys. Obviously, we're not gonna let the whole thing play out. We're gonna like pause it and give our takes or whatever.
As the audio clip plays.
Exactly. So let's get into it, man. Let's see what Ramos got to say.
Hello, HRV. This is Ranis Siddiqui. First and foremost, I really want to appreciate you answering my question on the last podcast about the superhero fatigue, multiverse fatigue. You guys gave a really good in-depth analysis and kind of really just answered my question about what it was, and it kind of makes sense. But during your podcast, you asked a question about, like, and another user, like, talked about it too, like, the Flash and Reverse Flash, should he have been in the film or not? Well, I want to start by saying that, I wasn't a huge fan of the Flash. I don't know, it's kind of like mixed feelings about him. I guess it has to do a lot of the outside things of the film. Ezra Miller's issues, studio issues, rebooting the whole DC universe, new owners, new bosses coming up like James Gunn and stuff. So I guess there's a lot of elements to it. And overall, the film I think that's what it didn't hit with me. But when it comes to like a Flash film, I know one user in your podcast said that, he would be okay with it if there's no Reverse Flash. I mean, I kind of totally disagree with that. When you're showing a Flash film, especially a Flashpoint film, based on the comics and the 2013 animated film, you gotta have Reverse Flash. Okay, he's his arch nemesis. He's his opposite. They have a rivalry. Like, it's like kind of similar to Batman and Joker. You can't show Batman movies without showing Joker. Now, I know.
Pause really quickly. He makes a good point.
He does make a good point.
Also, Javi, you want me to pause it somewhere? Let me just.
Let you know.
Yeah, let me know.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
But
he does make a good point, bro. But at the same time, I think my slight disagree is that I don't think every single Batman movie needs to have a Joker. I feel like we would get too much Joker.
Okay, I could see that, but to counter that, is like, whether it's a trilogy or a show, Joker eventually got to come up.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I just don't want there to be like,
maybe not like for the first movie or like whatever, like
Right.
the first episodes of first season, but eventually Joker got to make his way somewhere.
Right. Like if I had to pick a slight gripe that I had with Robert Pattinson's Batman movie is that when they showed that like Joker Easter egg, like when he was in the cell talking to Riddler, like I felt like that didn't need to be in there. It's like it was just their way of kind of showing Joker to hype up Joker. But to me, it was just like you didn't really need that. Like you could have just either saved him for a sequel or whatever.
Okay.
And I just felt like that scene was too forced. Like I didn't really find the purpose of it. But then a little later, like I forget how much later, they released that extended deleted scene where Batman was talking with Joker through the glass. That was a much better scene, and I would have liked to have seen that scene in the movie. Yeah, as opposed to the other one.
That would have been better.
But I don't know, man.
I could see both.
I'm just afraid that people will start getting Joker fatigue because Joker just keeps popping up in every single.
And not only that, like, not only Joker fatigue, but like Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah.
Because like the Joker in the Batman, he was kind of acting like Heath Ledger. Like he took inspiration from Heath Ledger, and that's how you know Heath Ledger was he's the GOAT. Right. You know what I mean? Because if he has other people trying to act like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I kind of want. I guess like it's cool seeing the Heath Ledger vibe, but to me, I kind of just like let me see something like a little bit more different. Yeah, like
it's gonna feel too repetitive.
Yeah,
that's why I felt like Todd Phillips' like Joker with Joaquin Phoenix was a fresh breath of air and stuff like that. Hell yeah,
it's fire. All right, let's get into it. Let's get back right.
It's like when it comes to a Flashpoint film, I thought it was a pretty bad idea. I know it was to reset the universe and everything too, but for Flash's first film to be a Flashpoint, it's not good. Flashpoint should be like, if there's a 3-film trilogy, it should be the 3rd film.
Yes.
And like this should be the final film for Flash, where he resets everything and then they move on to a new universe. As for Reverse Flash, you have to show him. It's interesting because in the comics and in the animated 2013 animated Flashpoint film, at the end when he's fighting, like when he changes the whole future, his mom's alive, Bruce is dead, but his dad's alive. The whole world is gonna go to shit, World War shit or something. We see that at the end he meets Reverse Flash, Borton, and he says to him that this is your fault. When in reality, Borton explains to him that no, it's not. It's you, Barry. You did it. Which is cool because it's like a nice little twist. You think, yeah, it's Reverse Flash. He changed it. He fucked up the whole timeline. Not Barry, but it turns out it was Barry. Just to save his mom, he effed up everything. But it's nice to see like his character in the beginning. If you watch that 2013 animated film, in the beginning when he first encounters him, he has a plan to blow up the city or something. They arrest him, the Justice League, and then they go on their way. But before they go, Reverse Flash just tells Barry that you're fast, but you can't save everyone, hinting that he couldn't save his mom. Also hinting that, in the comics, Reverse Flash is the one who killed his mom. Obviously, that's the main thing. So that's kind of good because it gets underneath his skin, and because of that, he creates Flashpoint. Now, that would have been good for a movie thing, too, like, he finds out his mom got killed, and like you guys said, he's got to find out who killed his mom. Like, who, like, is that guy? Like, I could go back in time and save her, but I also got to know who killed her. And that's what also it looks weird in watching that in theaters, like, his mom is just stabbed, and no one ever mentioned, like, who killed her. It's just like, she died.
That's facts, bro. Imagine, like, you see your mom dead, Hoff. Right? She has a knife in her chest. You see that. You find out you could go back in time. And instead of being like, I gotta find out who killed my mom. No, he's like, nah. I gotta make sure she didn't forget the tomatoes, so she doesn't. So my dad doesn't got to leave the house or whatever, and she doesn't get killed. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's like,
it makes no sense.
Oh my god, man. Yeah, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. But yeah, let's get back into it.
That's it. But for me personally, when it came to like the Flash and stuff, like he's one of my favorite characters. Like, I really do like Barry Allen. Not only West, I like Barry Allen Flash. I really do. He's a really cool character. He's got a great story. Flashpoint is up there as a top superhero storyline. For me, if I had to like show it and stuff too, like I would do like a 3-part trilogy for Flash. The first one, like clear cut, simple, like he gets his powers and kind of like he's testing out his powers and everything. And the first movie villain should be Mirror Master, one of his villains, who's a pretty unique villain himself too. He can control mirrors, go to a mirror dimension, and do a lot of stuff. Really test his abilities. He would have been a good first villain. And show other characters too, like maybe Captain Cold, Captain Boomerang, whatever. But kind of like in the second film, kind of show him facing off against Reverse Flash, facing him off against that and everything, and then him at the end of the second film, him going to the Flashpoint at the end, and then third film is that Flashpoint film where he has to change everything back and fix it. I like to think of it as like if you watch Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy. First Batman Begins film is just an introduction, like, hey, this is Bruce Wayne, this is Batman, he's training with Ra's al Ghul, and he's just gonna come back to Gotham City and become a superhero. Secondly, and he does all that. And at the end of the film, they hint at Joker, Batman's arch nemesis, like his Reverse Flash. And they hint at him that he's gonna fight, and he's gonna have like a chaotic battle or something with him. And that's exactly what we get. That at the end of the start of the second film, the main villain is Joker, and his whole fight is with Joker. And that's really nice because right away we see Batman face off against his arch nemesis, and events to that film lead into the third film. So that's how I would like show it, because you need Reverse Flash. It's really tough to show. You could show him like they show like Barry himself was a villain, like that Dark Racer, which in my opinion was the most stupidest shit ever. Like it's I remember when the toys came out, it looked stupid from the start. But overall, like I was not buying it. And to end it off, yeah, you need Reverse Flash. End of story. You gotta show him. You gotta show that the timeline.
Yeah, Josue, bitch.
I guess damn. I guess the argument.
Oh, he knows all love, bro.
I guess the argument that you can make is like, bro, like the Robert Pattinson like
Like we don't need to see Joker. We already got Joker with Heath
Yeah.
Ledger.
But
Yeah.
like Ramen said, you can't have
A
a Batman
Flashpoint.
story without Joker. Same way how you can't have a Flash movie without eventually bringing up Reverse Flash.
Well, okay. I was gonna say, sure, you could have a Flash movie and not necessarily like, have Reverse Flash, but you can't have a Flashpoint movie
Yeah,
without Reverse Flash.
that is true.
You know what I mean, bro?
You know, yeah, for sure.
I think that's what he's getting at.
Right.
It's like, bro, you're gonna have a Flashpoint movie, but without without the main reason, like a big component. You know what I mean? So I wonder what Josue is thinking.
that was the argument that we made during the Flash review.
Yeah.
It's how we didn't really get.
And Josue was like, "Nah, fuck that. Just agree with me."
Yeah, what the like respectfully. No cap, girl.
Fucking Jose. I'm actually curious to see after Josue listens to this, he's probably gonna send a message.
Hey, yo,
and
you
I wanna
tell that
see-
motherfucker
Tell,
Gramus.
tell Ramos to, you know what I mean? But yeah, let's get back into it.
Deft up and all that. I mean, secondly, it's just like you said, like about these directors and studios saying like what the fans want. No, we really don't want this. This is what you guys want. You guys like to take unnecessary stuff, blend it with stuff that we like, and make a mess out of it. It's like, you know, I don't want to get into it, but it's like the whole Zack Snyder stuff. Or a good example would be, I like to think of it, it was Marvel's Moon Knight. I'm a huge Moon Knight fan. I love Mark Spector. I love Moon Knight. He's an unhinged Batman type character with personality disorder with a fucking god on his head giving him powers. And that's pretty unique. When I found out the Moon Knight project is coming along for Marvel, I was really excited because I really like the character. I was like, finally, we're going to get like an R-rated character in this lighthearted Marvel universe. It would be a nice little balance, show fans like the darker side of the Marvel world. And boy, was I wrong. They totally butchered my boy Mark. Moon Knight, too.
Wait, shout out to you, bro, because I think I'm the only one. Wasn't I the only one we reviewed where I was like, nah, this shit's kind of mid, man? Like,
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
Because like, dude, oh my, shout out to you, Ramis, man. You get it. Like, I don't know. Like, I love Moon Knight too, but the way they did it in the show, I was just like, it's cool, but it's not like all that. And it was kind of disappointing for me. I was like, dang, you know what? Like, I even said it was kind of mid and stuff, even though I enjoyed it. I forgot what I rated it. I don't know if I gave it a 7 or 8, but I don't know. But either way, they could have definitely done a lot better. It wasn't my favorite, but yeah, man, shout out to you, man. But and then I guess you loved it, right?
I loved
Yeah, I
the
was about to
Moon Knight
say.
show.
And then did Mario love it too?
He
or-
probably liked it as well.
I can't remember.
What
but
he had said, no.
yeah, but no, this man, for promise said they butchered him.
He said, boy, was I wrong.
For real, dude.
Like, all right.
Let's hear him out. Let's see what else you got to say.
Not doing justice. The whole show was all over the place. It didn't make any sense. And it just ticked me off, too, because at the time, like, I mentioned, I asked you a question about movie hype. They were hyping this show like crazy, too. Like, it's dark, it's gritty, it's going to be the next big thing. And your boy Soup and stuff, too, he was fucking, like...
Our voice. He says, "Yo, boy, Soups, Ramis, Ramis, man. Don't be playing with me like that." Man. He said, "No, Ramis, your boy. All right, he's your boy, bro. He ain't, he ain't our boy. I mean, hey, man. Like, if you want to collab, hey, gotta get the bag, right, Ramis? You feel me?" But you could chill, man. Like, what he says your boy, bro. He said, he said it so nonchalant. Like, kind of how, like, we fuck around with each other. Yo, that's funny as fuck, bro. That's funny you fuck. Funny as hell. Oh, you know what? And speaking of Soups, right? Another listener, just really quickly, just sidetrack really quickly. I want to read this message that I got from another listener of ours. Kevin, bro, Kevin Gibson, man, shout out to you, bro. If you're listening, he just randomly messages me.
Okay.
He just randomly messaged the HRV podcast on IG. He says, "I think Soups would get excited over a new season of Teletubbies." He said, "I don't hate the guy, but I wish he would tone down the excitement sometimes."
Yeah.
LOL.
What the, like,
bro, this was random as fuck. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
I was like,
Yo, shout out to you, bro. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that just because Ramis fucking mentioned it. Damn it, I think I lost my track right here. I think we're at 2. I think we're right here. Hold on, my bad, guys, because I had to close out the app. But let's see where we at right here.
Even you.
Saying this is the best show ever. Every episode is good. Now I'm saying that going like, no, it's not. It's not that good. So examples like that, like the studio thought like that's what the fans want, but not really. You know, you just butcher a character for no reason. If you can't show a dark character, just don't introduce them at all. Just don't ruin a current character. Show their storylines. Use the source material, and that's what I don't like. They don't even.
Really quickly, bro. I don't know if you've listened to our Moon Knight reviews, but that's one thing that I think we all mentioned as well. That like we didn't fucking see Moon Knight go ballistic. It was just him blacking out and waking up, and shit's already done. Like,
Yeah.
that bothered me a lot, bro. I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I'm trying to see that shit.
Yeah.
And hopefully with the new season, right?
Yeah.
We see that, but hey. Wait, you gonna say something else, Hav?
I was gonna say, like, the only time they showed Moon Knight doing shit was like when we was actually fighting, kicking ass, was the very last episode.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But like not like super violent, you know. Whenever it was like that,
Fuck
he
no.
blacked out.
No,
and I think like, yeah, like
I don't think Disney will go as far as to show the R-rated violence.
come
shit,
on,
bro.
man, they got to, bro. But all right, let's get back into it.
Like, I know it's like, you know, it's like, oh, it's just like copy and paste it. I get that, but still use the source material, kind of be creative a little bit outside of it, show some other things. But still, like, you know, use the source material. Don't just bring in stuff from random places and put it together. But that's just kind of my take on the question, you know. I'm kind of dragging it over here, but this is my question to my answer to the question that, yeah, like if I wanted to show a film, it had to be Reverse Flash who killed his mom. He does the whole Flashpoint. That's what I would have done. But it's all done and dusted now. Looking forward to the new DC universe. Looking forward to see what James Gunn does. We got a new Superman. Hopefully Matt Reeves' Batman could be incorporated in that new Justice League. Hopefully, maybe not, I don't know, but hopefully we get something. We're getting.
So he says that he wants to see a Justice League with Matt Reeves, Batman.
Maybe.
No, I'm clarifying. Is that what I heard from what Ramen said?
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Oh shit.
That's interesting,
Personally-
Ramis. I don't know if
Personally, I don't want that. That's just me,
the
though.
Justice League. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to agree with Hav, Ramis. And hey, respectfully, all right, Ramis, you're my boy. You know what I mean? But I get it. I kind of just want the Batman just to be its own thing.
Yeah.
Like I want it just be the Batverse. Just have a trilogy of the Matt Reeves the Batman, just the Batverse, and just have like that. Just have it end like that.
Yeah.
We don't need to introduce like the Justice, because then it's gonna take away the purpose of why we like it so much because it's so grounded.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we like it.
And if they start introducing Superman and Wonder Woman and Green Lantern and all these different,
It's gonna be even
characters-
more confusing. Technically, if they do that, it's gonna be more confusing because like, what the fuck? Like, I thought the Batman was David Corn Sweat, like
Superman.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Sorry, Superman. I'm too good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people are gonna be more confused. It's like we have two Justice Leagues
Going on.
Going
Or
on
no,
at the
I
same
think
time.
he's saying that because Flash was the reboot. That if they're going to incorporate that universe into this universe.
Oh,
That's what he's saying.
Oh. So he wants Matt Reeves the Batman to join DC's.
The James Gunn main DC timeline. That's why I said I'm not really for that. Just 'cause
Gotcha.
I feel like tonally it wouldn't fit.
Yeah, nah, man.
The tone that like the Matt Reeves Batman movie had compared to like The Flash is
Right.
very, very different. It's severely different. Like one is more grounded, more gritty, more like noir style film, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Well, the other one is just a crowd pleasing spectacle CGI fucking 2.5 hours superhero movie. You feel me? Like the
Yeah.
tones just don't fit, and I feel
Yeah.
like if you start introducing, like I said, Superman and Wonder Woman and Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter starts coming, and in this universe, it's gonna feel off.
You know, and I'm actually curious, Ramis, bro. Send me a message. Like, did you love the Batman? Like, what would you rate it, bro? Like, I'm curious because I know so far, Sheldon M. Shout out to you, bro, Sheldon. He loves the Batman. He's like with us. He's hyped and stuff.
Some superb.
It's a masterpiece. But obviously, there are some people that don't really like it.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm curious to see, like, what about you, bro? Because I'm not gonna lie, just from the analysis that you're giving us, bro, and even the questions that you asked, it seemed like you're very knowledgeable yourself when it comes to the comics and all these different things. Kind of like with us, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm actually curious, you know, what did you think of the Matt Reeves, the Batman? You know what I mean? Like, you give it a 10 out of 10? Maybe you didn't like it because many people argue that is people didn't like it because it's emo Batman and how
It was too slow.
And it's not traditionally the Batman from the comic books, right? Where he's like, always had like a step ahead, his gadgets and everything, But like I said, I guess people misunderstand that this is just second year, right?
Year two.
So he's not there yet, and if they do a trilogy, I mean, I don't know of how many years it's gonna like go by, you know what I mean? We don't know, but yeah, we're almost finishing up here, so let's get back into it.
To a new fresh start. Secondly, the one thing while I have the chance, I wanted to ask you another question. I asked a question about like multiverse superhero fatigue, which you guys answered, and I also mentioned about how Deadpool's new film is gonna star Deadpool and Wolverine, and they're gonna go like on a time travel adventure and do the multiverse shit. And I know we've getting a little annoyed with that, seeing multiverse stuff, time travel, superhero cameos, and all that stuff. But for me, when I found this out about Deadpool, I actually think it could work for Deadpool, and I say this because Deadpool is such a comedic character where like him time traveling,
thank you,
and the timeline's fucked up, and then he fucks it up even more, and then he's gotta go back and says, "Oh shit, I fucked up the timeline. I gotta go back and fix it." That could work. Like I feel like this multiverse or time travel based film with Deadpool and Wolverine will work. I know a lot of fans go see a lot of cameos and it'll be funny, but it'll work. I think we're gonna enjoy this one more than we enjoy most recent multiverse films like Multiverse of Madness or Spider-Man or whatever the case is. And I just wanted to say your guys' opinion, what you guys think. It's like we're going to get Deadpool time traveling, and he's an unhinged character, no filters, breaks the fourth wall, and he's going to have his buddy Wolverine in there. And I just want to see what your guys' take was on that. Like, what do you guys think the film will show? What are your guys' expectations and all that? Anyways, I mean, that's all for right now. If any more questions of anything come up, I'll definitely let you guys know. But for the time being, yeah, this is just my take on it. Appreciate your guys' work. Good luck with everything. Can't wait for your next pod.
Hey, man. Shout out to you.
What a good guy, man.
Yeah, shout out to Ramos.
Like, I don't know how old this dude is, but like I'd have a beer with him.
No, yeah, man. He seems cool.
He seems cool. Okay.
He's from Skokie.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's from Skokie. We could literally meet up with him if we wanted to.
Yeah.
But hey, Ramos, bro, if you were listening to the pod, we even touched Oh no, we didn't. No, it was off the pod.
It was off the pod.
Before we started I'm tweaking. Before we started recording this podcast, The Secret Invasion, right here, we had like a mini, like a 20-minute
like just
off podcast conversation. That was essentially another pod. But
yeah, we probably should have gotten it on tape retrospectively.
No, yeah, but we actually talked about it off screen. I guess you want to go first on your take?
Yeah, basically we were just talking about, bro, like how this new Deadpool movie is coming out and like how it's pushed back. It was pushed up 6 months early.
Yeah. Yep.
And all this shit. We were just talking about like how we were worried because Ryan Reynolds can't improvise lines and is the script going to be funny enough and all this bullshit. But the reason we brought up multiverse was because Hector told me and I saw that it was confirmed that Jennifer Garner would be coming back to reprise her role as Elektra from her own Elektra spin-off movie that branched off the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie, where Colin Farrell, who is the guy that plays Penguin in the Robert Pattinson Batman, he played Bullseye, where motherfucker had a literal bullseye scar on his forehead. I don't know if I
like that shit.
And then that big dude, Michael Duncan Clark, that one black actor that like. You probably don't know his name, obviously, but if you saw him, you'd be like, oh, that guy. I've seen him in movies.
Okay.
Where he plays Kingpin and shit.
Oh, okay.
In that fucking movie. But she will be coming back to play Elektra, which, I'm going to be real, I'm like, I would have liked to have not known that. It would have been cool to see it in the movie, but whatever. I guess it's like the same shit when they were coming out with No Way Home. And then they announced that Jamie Foxx was coming back as Elektra. We were like, what? How's that going to work?
Yeah.
And Tom Holland.
But to be fair, I think this one's not, like, important. Like, her coming back is not going to be, like, it's just like a cameo, I think. It's not going to be, like...
Like she's going to be like a side character?
Yeah,
well, I don't know, man, because supposedly the actress Zazie Beetz, who played Domino, didn't get a phone. They didn't get like a phone call or nothing for her to return.
Whoa.
Which sucks.
She was cool.
I liked
her. Yeah.
I liked her a lot. So that sucks, bro. If she's not going to be in the movie, that's going to be a shame. So a part of me is going to be like, like, are they going to be missing another character?
The other characters are coming back.
Dupinder's coming back. Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Colossus, even the girlfriend. But remember, she died in the second movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even she's coming back. So maybe because multiverse, she's from another universe type shit.
Yeah,
Who knows, right? But anyways, Hector brought up that Jennifer Garner would be coming back to replay the role of Elektra, and I was like, oh yeah, bro, that makes sense, because didn't you hear that Deadpool deals with the multiverse? And we had this whole conversation about how, like, oh man, like, it's too much multiverse going on, are we in a fatigue? And basically we had given our thoughts in the last Secret Invasion episode where we talked about, or basically we said the same thing about superhero fatigue, which is that I don't believe there is fatigue. It's just as long as they're able to tell a good story, then you can include all the superhero shit you want, all the multiverse shit you want, as long as you're telling a good story. If we really were in multiverse fatigue, people would not have fucked with Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Facts, right? Like, you just could not. You know what I mean? That's why I don't believe that it's true. And we talked about how Deadpool was going to deal with the multiverse, and I had heard rumors that this movie would start diving into the old Fox Marvel movies, like the OG X-Men and the Fantastic Four, where Chris Evans, Captain America, was the Human Torch, right? Or the Blade movies and all that other shit. And I basically told Hector that, like, man, like, yet again, another movie that's following the multiverse trope, because even Invincible Season 2 is going to deal with the multiverse. And who knows, man, maybe Season 4 of The Boys might even jump into the multiverse, because now it's big and hype.
Yeah.
But while there's so much multiverse shit going on, I told Hector, bro, but I feel like with Deadpool, just like what Ramos said, I feel like Deadpool is a perfect opportunity to deal with the multiverse, because it can be meta, it breaks the fourth wall, it could poke some really comedic potential with a lot of the jokes that they can do traveling in the multiverse.
Yeah.
And then Hector also brought up a theory that he had for this movie, an idea that he thought this movie was going to go for. If you want to go ahead.
So after I found out that Elektra's coming back, and, you know, obviously Javi told me that, you know, it's gonna bring back the it's gonna be in the multiverse, gonna dive into the worlds of the old Fantastic Four and everything like that. I was thinking, what if I don't know if I'm reaching or whatever. This is just something I'm thinking about. What if they do the infamous comic storyline where Deadpool kills the Marvel universe, where Deadpool is, I guess, jumping from these different universes, right? He's like, what the fuck's going on, right? And he's just killing everybody, right? Killing everybody. I'm kind of killing off, like, all right, this is old Marvel shit. We're killing him off, whatever. And then as he's, you know, jumping from universe to universe, whatever, he ends up in the MCU universe, and that's how he gets introduced in there. You know what I mean? And it's just him, because obviously we know that, you know, Wolverine, he ain't, like, fully coming back. This is just his last movie and everything. So he probably might end up dying. We'll probably get, like, a funny scene where, like, don't, like, he's, like, coddling him, like, don't leave me, or something like that, you know, typical. You know, but that's what I think. Is, like, I kind of want that to happen, where make it what a fun way and unique way to bring Deadpool into the MCU by doing a multiverse film, right? And not only that, kind of like cutting loose ends, which is the other past Marvel movies that happened that were not part of the MCU. What a fun movie could it be where, you know, fucking Deadpool just kills them all or some shit like that for whatever reason.
So we know that Jennifer Garner's coming back as Elektra, and I told Hector, like, what if they bring back Ben Affleck as Daredevil?
Yeah.
Like, we see him cameo or some shit too.
But yeah, that's just my thought. Like, I don't know if they would do that. I just think that I think it'd be cool, to be honest. I kind of would want to see that. I don't mind it. I don't mind Deadpool killing Ben Affleck's Daredevil,
like
Elektra,
as a joke or something.
Chris Evans' Human Torch, the Thing, and, like, whatever the fuck. I don't mind, right? It's like, whatever. But the one that I do mind is Blade. You know, I haven't seen the Blade trilogy in a long time, but I remember growing up with it, and I always liked them. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker's hard, man. Like, he got the trench and everything. He has the glasses. Like, he's just fucking raw.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing it again, especially with Hav, because Hav never seen him.
No, bro.
But, like, yeah, man, I think for just nostalgia, it's gonna be tough. Like, fuck. Or, like, what if what about Toby's universe though? You know what I mean?
What, Spider-Man?
Yeah, like, what?
What if he kills him?
Yeah. What if Deadpool goes and he kills him?
That's right.
Nah, bro, they can't do that.
No,
No, I think people will be pissed. Not gonna lie. Like,
plus the Spider-Man is not even Fox. They're owned by Sony.
Oh shit, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, you're right. You're
Hey,
right.
he's safe though. He's safe. Whew.
right.
Hey, he's safe.
He's safe.
We all good, man.
Tobey
We're
Maguire's safe. No, yeah, that would suck low key. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
bro.
but everyone else, I don't mind. And sure, if they got to take out Blade, man, fuck it, man. I guess they'll take out Blade.
We already got a Blade. Mahershala Ali. You old news. Like he just shoots him. Just kills Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, I really
Just
like
been
that about
sniped.
Deadpool, bro. Especially when that end credit that we got where he killed himself, like the Green
Yeah.
Lantern. That
Yeah.
shit was funny as hell, dude.
Yeah. You know how the actor who plays Blade is his name is Wesley Snipes?
And
Like that's his name. Like Wesley Snipes is the actor's name.
Uh-huh.
What if like he does do the kill in the Marvel universe?
Huh.
And like he kills Blade with a sniper.
That'd
Goes,
be
Snipes,
funny.
Snipes gets sniped.
That'd be funny, bro. That'd be funny. But no, I mean, that's just what I think. That's what I like to see,
Yeah.
right? But
and
obviously,
if I'm keeping it real, bro,
yeah,
this Deadpool movie, like it sounds funny and it sounds promising, right? Sean Levi or Levy, I don't know how you pronounce his last name. He's writing and directing, obviously.
Right.
He's had other good movies under his belt. It's a third Deadpool movie. It takes place in the MCU. It's gonna deal with the multiverse. Like, yeah, that all sounds good. But if I'm gonna keep it real, I'm gonna be there, front row seat, day one, because it's Hugh Jackman
Wolverine.
and Daredevil crossing over.
Yeah.
And that was something I never thought we were ever going to get. Because Hugh Jackman said, Logan will be my last performance. No, despite the rumors, I'm not coming back to play Wolverine in Deadpool 2. Because at the time, Deadpool 2 came out after Logan.
yeah.
And he was like, I'm not coming back. Logan's my final appearance, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, no way, bro. No way Deadpool's going to conclude a trilogy and we're never going to see him cross over with Wolverine, bro. Like, maybe they could recast him and it could be from another universe, like a multiverse shit. But it's not going to be Hugh Jackman, bro. But, like, I grew up on Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
And
Fuck.
isn't it crazy how, like, even in the end credits where, like, he kills his Deadpool. No, he kills
The other Deadpool, the
yeah,
Barakapool.
yeah.
Everyone calls him Barakapool.
he kills him or whatever, and then he like says that line. It's like, I'm gonna call you back for you to, and you're gonna say yes, or like some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, what are the odds of actually that happening?
That
You know what
actually
I mean?
happened. That's yeah,
crazy.
That is crazy.
And another thing too, I think Ryan Reynolds, bro, he's like a perfect Deadpool, man.
Dude, he's
Like the perfect casting.
was
man, 'cause,
absolutely
like he like even when he's not playing Deadpool, I feel like I still see Deadpool.
Yeah, that's just kind of how his character
Yeah,
is outside.
man, perfect casting.
Like
bro.
even when, because I don't got YouTube Premium, like I have ads that play before
Yeah.
my shit, and even when I'm watching him promote Mint Mobile,
yeah, Mint
he's just
Mobile.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like, it's just Deadpool.
yeah,
He's like, to prove to you that Mint Mobile go hard, here's the lowest paid spokesperson, my mom, and it's like his
Yeah.
mom's there. I'm just like, bro, I just see Deadpool. Like, it's
or
just,
like
that's just
have
how
you seen the commercial where like it's upside down? Have you seen that one? He's like, oh, it's like I'm upside down. No, don't flip your phone. I'm upside down. And then he explains how like it's cheaper to reuse the same ad but just change it a bit, so just to flip it upside down so it's different or whatever, something like that. Yeah, bro, he's funny as hell. But I didn't know that he owned Mint Mobile. Like, okay, I wonder how that.
I heard they got bought out
oh
by like T-Mobile or Cricket or some shit like
Oh,
that.
shit.
So now they're part of a bigger thing.
oh, but like it's so I'm assuming he doesn't own it no more. What the fuck?
I don't know.
He probably owns.
I don't know how the business shit works.
Yeah, right. But
But
yeah, man, he's perfect as Deadpool, man.
and I can't wait, bro, for this Deadpool movie. But like I said, man, more
it's
than
for
anything,
Wolverine, yeah.
I'm there because Hugh Jackman Wolverine's coming back. That's my Wolverine, bro. I grew up with Hugh Jackman Wolverine, literally from the first X-Men movie, bro. The second X-Men movie, like, it's gonna be tough when the MCU
And hopefully
finally...
he wears his suit. Sorry to cut
Thank
you
you.
off.
No.
bro.
I was gonna get there.
Oh,
you beat me
my
to
bad.
it, bro. No, you're good. You're good. Yes, bro. I'm sorry, but
Dude,
if this is actually gonna be Hugh Jackman's last performance, we need the fucking yellow.
Because
suit.
didn't he get like the suit before and he opened it and
And it was a suitcase, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was the green and brown one.
Oh really?
Yeah, it wasn't-
I thought it was the yellow one.
I think it was the green and brown one. I might be mistaken, but
By the way, he never wore it, did he?
No,
I was like, what the fuck?
I know, bro. And trust me, bro. I am the exact same way. It has to.
He
bro.
gotta wear it, dude.
He's gotta
That'd
wear
be
it.
sick.
I would want to see like a cool modern take. You know what, bro? I'll take any of the classic suits. It doesn't have to be the yellow blue one. Like I'll take the red and the green and brown one. You know what I'm talking about? Like the one from X-Men Revolution, the cartoon.
Oh, that one? Okay.
Like I would like that one too. Like I think, you know, I'll be honest with you, bro. I don't even care about the color scheme. I want the iconic mask.
Oh, that'd be
The
cool.
mask where like the shit goes around his eyes and like it goes up to a point.
Yeah.
On both sides. I need that mask, bro. That mask more than anything I want. The rest of the suit can be comic accurate, cool, whatever, but I need that fucking mask, bro.
Yeah, bro. I just want. I want to see it. I want to see him in the suit, man.
Yes, bro. But yeah,
like,
I mean, but like I was saying, bro. So like, I grew up with Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, bro, and I was really excited to finally, I wanted to see him cross over with Deadpool, and now that he's finally doing it.
Yeah.
Like that's my number one reason I want to go see this fucking movie, bro. I just hope it's good. Fuck.
Hey man,
Dude, this fucking writer strike bullshit, bro.
Hey man, it's
Like,
coming
can
earlier though.
y'all stop?
Can y'all stop? Until after the
Like-
big Avengers movie?
Yeah, for real.
Until after Secret Wars? Like,
For real, bro. Like y'all had to do this now. Now we can't get our Disney Plus Daredevil, or even the Penguin show.
yeah. Oh,
Or
and you
even
know,
The Boys.
and speaking of Daredevil, I guess just really quickly, so we're already like talking or whatever, having a convo.
Oh, I think I know what you're gonna say.
Did you see that the stunt,
Yep.
the stunt devil, the
The stunt double for Charlie Cox.
yeah, says he thinks that they ruined the character.
Yeah, in the
And-
MCU.
And how like he was also saying what you said, like he looks fucking goofy. He looks like a cartoon.
Yeah.
And it's not practical and stuff. And he went out of his way to like, he was like calling and begging Marvel, like, yo, bring me back. Like, I'll do his stunts again. And they didn't want his ass. And like, nah, you good.
Yeah, he said that the whole
That's
like
crazy, man.
he said that like that one scene in She-Hulk where he was about to fight those dudes in the hallway, but then She-Hulk just busts through the roof and ends them.
Yeah.
He was just like, what wasted opportunity? Like that could have been a really lit ass scene with fighting and shit like that. I saw that he had said all
Oh my
that shit.
God, man.
And low key, bro, I'm afraid that's what they're gonna do with Born Again, bro.
I'm
Unfortunately.
afraid too, man. Daredevil was so fucking raw, man.
I know, man. You
He's
gotta
so
finish
fucking
it.
raw, bro.
You gotta finish it. Cause season 3, bro, holy shit. Season 3 I think is like the best season.
I love that whole universe, man.
I do too. But it's just Daredevil
just-
was a whole nother.
Yeah.
Walking away from Deadpool, like when I binged all 3 seasons, was like walking away from Matt Reeves' Batman. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, there was nothing like this, no other like that.
Hopefully we see. I really like Luke Cage too, man.
Luke Cage was fire.
Luke Cage is cool as fuck.
I liked it. Jessica Jones was cool too.
Jessica Jones is cool as fuck. Like, yeah, man. But
But we'll just see.
I don't know.
what
We just got to
happens,
see what they do with my boy Daredevil, man. And I want Foggy back. I want
For
that
real.
Foggy,
bro. For real.
and I want that Karen.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Punisher.
That's facts.
Thank God we got Punisher.
Thank God, bro.
That motherfucker. He's my Punisher. Even though I haven't seen the other Punisher movie with I don't know who the actor
with
is.
Thomas Jane.
There you go. I haven't seen that one. I heard that one's fire
I heard.
too.
I only have a really 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 vague memory of that movie. Cause I remember like at a family party, like one of our uncles were watching it, and I remember as a little kid, I just came in and I saw something happened in that Punisher movie, and I was like, and I just walked away.
You're
But
like,
like
"Alright."
the scene that I vaguely remember is that I guess it was after a fight scene, but the Punisher's nose was broken after
Oh,
a fight
shit.
scene. So in order to fix his nose and to break it back into place, he took a pencil and stuck it up his nose.
And
then he goes,
shit.
And just breaks and then like puts it in the because like the pencil's clean and he shoves it up his nose and then snaps it back off, and when he pulls out the pencil it's all bloody and shit.
Yeah.
And then he just drives off in a car, and then as a kid I was like, huh.
Oh shit.
I was just like, huh, and I just walked off and I went to go play with you. Or
Yeah,
like
went back.
Megan and them.
Yeah, went back to throwing toys and shit.
You're never gonna let that go, huh?
I'm never gonna let that.
You're
go.
never gonna let that shit go.
I'm sure we talked about it in the pod already, many times, like probably old episodes or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but yeah, at least I want Foggy. I want everyone back, man. I want the OG cast back,
real,
like
bro.
for
I
real,
hope so.
dude. But yeah, okay. I mean, that's pretty much everything. I don't have anything else. That was pretty much it, guys. Ramis, man, shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much for sending us that recording. If anyone else wants to send a voice recording, actually, just ask us a question instead of just typing it or whatever, because I know I kind of be stuttering or whatever when I'm reading, but that's because y'all motherfuckers be putting in
Like
weird
bad
words,
grammar and
bad
shit.
grammar. Yeah, like no offense, guys. Like all love, but yeah, if you guys rather send a voice message asking a question, go ahead and do it. We'll just play it on here, like what we did with Ramis. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the pod, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.
See ya.